Staring it down.
Well, headed a little right this one.
Oh.
The pin got him.
Choi is the 14th ranked amateur in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. He's a senior at the University of New Mexico. And now McKinney at the 9th tee.
Dogleg right, par 4, very narrow fairway, playing back into the wind. Oh, and this is a beauty here up the right center.
Yeah, this is one of the narrowest fairways on the golf course. So well done.
Born and raised about the 25 miles outside of St. Andrews, hoping to make a return trip home this next summer. And now the birdie try for Yu-Shin Lin.
If he can get his name on the top of the leaderboard, really exert some pressure.
Yu-Shin plays his college golf at the University of Florida. About a third of this field with connections to U.S. colleges. Nakajima.
Coming off a disappointing 3-putt at the last. This one tugged a little bit down the left side.
And nestles down in that Bermuda, so that'll be a hot lie.
All right, and just to clean this up, Yu-Shin Lin here at the 12th. So other than the bogey at number 7, just a great day for Yu-Shin Lin, playing his way back into contention. And now some highlights from earlier in this second round, and we'll pick it up with another outstanding young player from China who competes at Oklahoma State, Bo Jin. Older brother Chen Jin won this title in 2015. So that was on his way to a 7 under 64 after yesterday's round was a 64, so that was earlier today. Now, Keita Nakajima second at number 3, and that is crafty, Frank.
It was drivable par 4 today. That was a horrible lie. Skipped it through the rough, turned out beautifully. His birdie. And at the second, Choi.
Yes.
His greens are smooth. They might not be super quick, but they are smooth.
Great way to get this third round started in his AAC debut, Sam Choi. A lot of people really impressed with Connor McKinney. This for birdie at 1 in the third round.
And we are seeing a lot of putts go down from that mid-range this week.
So again, good scoring conditions. Not an overly long golf course, a par of 71. And now we are live at the 8th hole. Frank, you've covered this event going on 9 years now. What's been your sort of overriding impression?
I hate to use the word professionalism in an amateur event, but that's what I'm going to say. They just look more polished. Paul Gow, I know you're down there right now, but I look at the players that are better taught. They hit the ball really just as far as their professional counterparts. They're just trying to tidy up this part of their game because that's really where they don't spend as much time. Once they decide to turn pro, believe me, they'll spend more time around this area. They'll shoot even lower.
Yeah, they certainly are more professional the way they go about it. They know how to read greens now. Yeah, this shot for Bo just straight back into the breeze here. He's popped it up really high. That's impressive. And there's no fear, Frank. There's zero fear when they play the game of golf.
And also, they're getting to compete against the best amateurs on a more regular basis. That drags them closer to the better version of themselves. As we watch McKinney here at 9.
151 yards back into the wind, playing more like 160. This one trying to draw towards the hole location. Oh, beautiful shot.
He's actually coached by an old-time pro, David Milne, who's been coaching for over 48 years. He used to coach Michael Sim. I was talking with Paul Gow this morning on that. And if you look at Michael Sim's swing and McKinney's, almost identical. Now Nakajima.
That from 138, terrible lie, trying to run it up on the green. That's not too bad from there.
You like that they're playing ready golf, Frank, just speed up pace of play.
Yeah, got me by surprise.
He left himself in a pretty good spot there. The ball was really nestled down. Now back to Choi at number 8.
Yeah, this ball is really sitting down. He's going to have to go down at it a bit. I can't see him leaving it short of the pin here. Straight down breeze.
So just this past Sunday in Bermuda, take another look here at the technique from Sam Choi.
That's actually a pretty average lie. That ball is far from setting up, so he has to get a little bit of grass between club and ball. So well judged.
This past Sunday, Lucas Herbert of Australia became the 8th AAC alum to have won on the PGA Tour. He played this AAC 3 times, nothing worse than 12th as we watch.
Kim, who was also playing quickly. Good to see. Some talent near the top of the leaderboard. Rich?
Give you a look at some of these featured groups. Yu Jin Lin, obviously, along with Keita Nakajima, world number 1. Players to beat coming in. Jimmy Zing from your homeland of New Zealand.
Yes, he hails from a golf course called Howick, which is north of Auckland.
And in the second to last group, Keita Nakajima. And the cream has risen to the top.
It has, and that's good to see, with the amount of pressure on these players. And Bo Jin trying to do what his brother did back in 2015, win this very championship.
And back to Choi.
It's a good up and down.
Siwoo Kim, South Korean, has won the Players and a couple of other events. Mentioned what Matsuyama has done. And ahead to the 9th. You look at some other AAC alums who've won on tour. Cam Smith, K.H. Lee, Cam Davis. And don't forget, Min Woo Lee of Australia won the Scottish Open this year. He too is an AAC alum.
Exactly, and Colt, Nakajima has already won a professional event as an amateur.
Yeah, this guy's got all the tools, Frank. And you mentioned the pressure on these young guys. I mean, no more pressure than anyone in the field than Keita Nakajima, being the #1 ranked amateur in the world. Having Hideki Matsuyama's billboard, looking down on this golf course. He can feel the pressure, and he needs to get this one up and down to avoid back-to-back bogeys.
Oh, almost jarred that.
Creams actually look nearly a foot quicker today. Earlier in the week, they're running 10.5 on the stump. If you haven't watched, no caddies. Obviously, COVID has impacted that.
Frank, there is so much riding, and it really is a life changer for the winner of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Yeah, a ticket that was never available just over a decade plus ago. Trip down Magnolia Lane in 2022. Of course, St. Andrews. What a fantastic venue to celebrate the 150th Open. And the amateur being played at Royal Lytham and St. Anne's, which has hosted many an Open Championship.
Yeah, the amateur goes back to 1885. So old traditions and now establishing new ones here in the Asian continent. Think about Bobby Jones. Won the 1926 Open at Lytham. He won the amateur at St. Andrews in his Grand Slam season of 1930. And I know the great membership at Augusta National. Proud of that legacy and continuing to carry the message, growing this game around the world.
Now, Choi.
He's off to a difficult start today. 2 over early. Kind of getting boat raced right now. Needs something good to happen and turn this round around.
Good touch right there. And here's Sam Choi at the 9th tee.
Yeah, this straight back into the breeze. 266 yards to that right-hand trap. There's a couple of palm trees up the left-hand side. That will be the aim point there.
Good looking move, Frank, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a hitch at the top of the swing, but after that, everything's very good through the hitting area, and the extension is impeccable.
And now McKinney. And what have you seen from McKinney?
To be honest, I didn't know much about him. I knew more about some of the other Australian players. Obviously, his background, he grew up just 25 miles away from St. Andrews. Moved to Perth in Australia, where it's windy, at the age of 13. And we're just saying, well taught, but, is it sort of at that age where if he were to go on and win a championship like this, who knows?
And Frank, talking to people that know him, I mean, he's always kind of been an undersized guy compared to everybody else. Kind of like a Matt Fitzpatrick, has an impeccable short game. Oh, man, he liked that one.
Bo Jin, 9th tee.
Yeah, wind coming back into here. Well, that one's headed a little right. Sort of got a bit of a yips with the driver, I think.
Well, that's the first of the two bunkers down the right. Sizable lip on those. Now up ahead.
Colt, what ways did you feel the pressure as the #1 ranked amateur in the world back in 2007?
Yeah, you know, it's different. Going to, being the #1 amateur in the world, getting spots in PGA Tour events, going there and doing press conferences, which is not normal for an amateur or a young pro. But it was. I think he's at a totally different level than I was. This guy's tour ready. He's ready to get out there and win. I was just trying not to embarrass myself.
What do you like about his game, Colt?
Everything. Beautiful golf swing. It just seems so perfect technically. I love his putting stroke, but talking to some guys on his team, that's the part they think he needs to improve the most. But there's definitely nothing wrong with the stroke.
Okay. So after the miss on the previous hole, always good for the confidence to roll one in from that distance. So he goes out in 1 under 34. So this evening he will receive his McCormick medal given to the #1 ranked amateur in the world, and the first recipient was our own Colt Knost, won the U.S. Amateur and the U.S. Public Links.
Then followed up by Danny Lee, who at that stage had become the youngest ever winner of the U.S. Amateur. That was then Ben Arndt, actually subsequently broke that. But Nick Taylor, tremendous player. Peter Uihlein.
Cantlay had a fantastic year. John Rahm won the U.S. Open. Joaquin Niemann is a past Latin America amateur champion who's won on the PGA Tour as well. Takumi Kanaya, like Keita Nakajima, and Hideki Matsuyama, former #1 ranked amateur in the world, has since turned professional.
But don't you think there's a little bit of a trend? We have a Japanese Masters champion now, and the last two world #1s in the amateur game are also Japanese.
And quite a year for Japanese golf. Tsubasa Kajitani won the Augusta National Women's Amateur.
Important third here.
Won the silver at the Olympic Games.
Important third here. Yushin Lin can reach this par 5, forced to lay up. It's a tricky hole location today, 13.
And Frank, he didn't take advantage of the relatively easy par 5 fourth earlier today after jumping out with 3 straight birdies to begin his round.
And the wedge player's been a little spotty. He's trying to hit this one a little lower. So he's pushed it back a little. Can he turn it in? Not bad.
Well, plays for head coach J.C. Deacon at the University of Florida. They say that's the part of the game they're trying to improve. That's the biggest Ferris wheel in the world. They love to build them that big, whatever it is, here in the city of Dubai. What a place.
Leaderboard just the way you like it. Can't really pick a winner right now. Come tomorrow, this second 9 will be so important because there's 2 par 5s. 10 here, reachable, also 13, but we've seen players like Yushin Lin forced to lay up. If you do miss the fairway, these par 5s become very tricky. So Colt, starts here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, Frank, and this par 5 playing straight downwind. A little over 300 yards to run through the fairway down the right, so no surprise to see a lot of these guys going with less than driver.
Safe for play off the tee, but will leave a longer second shot.
Oh. Using the same ball to you.
The hole bends a little to the right. And water laps up all the way to the front bunker on this par 5. Now McKinney.
Looks like he's got driver out, Frank, trying to challenge this left side.
That's it.
It's a little bit of a faster swing. Lost his rhythm. Oh, that last yard or two.
And ninth hole. This is Bo Jin, co-leader.
Yeah, going back into the breeze. The mistake here will be short and left. It's a big false front. That is headed left. That is a mistake right there. That'll be a tough up and down from there.
Well, hopefully it jumps out of its own mark. Want to be better. Let me just see him just turn the toe a little bit, because you're always trying to go ball first out of a fairway bunker. Look closely at that flag. Breeze also pushing it to the left.
Now Sam Choi.
Yeah, coming in for 140. Once again, the mistake is short left. And the breeze is up in there, coming into right to left. Well, that's not going to get all the way to the back of the pin, but it's on the green.
It's just fighting with the swing a little. You saw the rehearsals back at the par 3 there. Just prior to hitting that shot, trying to work on what impact should feel like.
Golf Course Open 1993, designed by Carl Litton. Thomas Bjorn came in 2004 and touched it up. Bjorn lived here in Dubai along with Henrik Stenson, Jeet Milka Singh, number of professional athletes. Under 7,000 yards. Rayhan Thomas, who's now playing at Oklahoma State, has the course record of 61, made 9 straight birdies.
Yeah, we hear he's back on the train to playing well again, but we do miss him. He's good talent.
He did not qualify for this championship because he had fallen down in the world rankings, but again has his game back together. And now McKinney at the 10th.
Aggressive play going with driver, and this one is headed right. Needs to get down.
Oh boy. Yet another mistake. And ahead to 13. So McKinney and Bo Jin in jeopardy of giving up that lead. And here is Yu Jin Lin, this now to tie the lead. Who knows if he drops this, Frank, he may be in the lead by himself.
It's a good stretch of holes. The way I look at the golf course, the first 6 holes, just tiptoeing your way through. Then basically until about the 14th is where you get a chance. And after that, it's about finishing. It's got a turn.
Turn for home. Okay.
Misreading a little bit of those sort of 12 to 20 foot range putts.
So Yu Jin Lin will tap, and he'll stay at 8 under par. Now, Bo Jin.
Well, he's got nothing here. He's got fringe, which are about 3 feet, and then about 5 feet of green to go to, and the ball's laying down, so I can't see this getting within about 5 feet. Well, he's hit that extremely well. What a great shot.
I'll say.
Made it look way too easy, Paul.
He sure did. Yeah, I didn't give him a chance.
So no problem. Bo Jin will save. Nakajima at 10.
Very conservative play, going with just a long iron here off this tee. And Frank, you mentioned how crucial this stretch is. 10 through 13, you got to get playing at some of the easiest holes on the golf course.
Yeah, you've got a short par 4 coming up as well. I totally agree with you. Good chance to make the hot hand 2 or 3 birdies over the next 4 holes.
And go back to the 9th and Sam Choi.
It was quite interesting. Both Sam and Jin both walked up. There's a leaderboard here, and they stood there for a couple of seconds and had a real good look at that leaderboard, so they know where they stand. They still have 27 holes to play, or 28 holes to play. This is a very slow putt coming back up right to left into the wind.
He's not done yet. Played on the winning international side 2020 Arnold Palmer Cup. Was in Orlando, Florida. He teamed with his really good friend Puat Anupansubsai, who's having a pretty good championship. He's currently tied for 12th. That's 6 under par. And back to the 10th, this par 5.
275 yards straight downwind. 259 to the front edge of the green. He gave that one a heavy hit.
Oh, it's hanging in the air too. Big hit.
All right, right, so a little chip and putt there for his birdie at this par 5. That would get the #1 ranked amateur in the world to 9 under par.
Flushed it, though. You can't believe it went that far.
Already exempt to the U.S. Open at the Country Club at Brookline and the Open at St. Andrews by virtue of winning the McCormick Medal as the #1 ranked amateur in the world. And now Cho at 5 under par and 4 back.
He has 267 to the hole location. Just a beautiful looking golf swing. This one looks like it's headed a little right.
Woo Young Cho started the day at 7 under par, but the double bogey at #2 and a bogey at #3 set him back. All right, so McKinney taking his drop after driving into the water.
Yeah, his ball entered the penalty area about 40 yards further up, but he decided to go back in line so he can drop it in the fairway. He's going to have around 280 yards to the hole. But Frank, big mistake with this being the easiest hole on the golf course.
It's a little bit like yesterday, Colt. Remember, he was 7 under through the first 14 holes. And that bogey at 15, it sort of rattled him. But somehow, if he can make 5, so there's no damage, makes this a big shot.
Going with an iron, I'm not sure he can get this there. This might be a layup.
Yeah, looks to be a layup. Yeah, lofted club.
Surprising. It's a little weird, really. You take driver off the tee to reduce this par 5 to what would have been a drive and a mid-iron.
And Frank, I'm a little surprised by the choice of the drop. I mean, he could have dropped it about 40 yards further up there, and if it drops in a good lie, he can knock it on the green. If not, he just lays up like he did anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Take the risk anyway. But that's why we're sitting down at the moment.
And that's why they're playing in events like this. Learn.
But I was saying the other day, you know, the difference between these players and, for example, the best professionals, they hit the ball every bit as far. By motor racing analogy, they can drive just as fast, but they're not as good as getting around the corners. So we go to the 9th.
All right, par putt for Sam Choi.
Yeah, this is to stop the right. He's had 3 birdies early, and he's normally good. Oh, that's just headed right on him. He's just given back 3 bogeys there.
Right. Disappointment for young man from South Korea. All right, now to 14 and Yujin Lin.
Yeah, this back across the water. It was on the left side. If he can hold it up.
Be right. Go. Go.
Oh, it was on line too. Just a 1 bat short.
He's impressive, Frank.
Yeah, he's just got swagger. He's got flair. You watch him on the range. It's, you know, it's rhythm. And
here's Tai Chi Ko from Hong Kong. Plays college golf at Notre Dame. He's having a great round.
I don't know how you can get it that close. I mean, the hole is cut just over the bunker that guards the front right of the screen. This is great, too.
7 under today. Chance to post the best round of the tournament to this point. It has been 7 under 64. And now McKinney.
Now, this could have been even worse here, Colt. That ball had finished 3-4 inches to the right.
That was very fortunate, Frank, but he has 119 yards for his 4th. 115 gets him on that top level, but this is an important shot here. I mean, making par, you're kicking yourself, but making a bogey, you feel like that's a double. You're losing 2 shots to the field.
And Colt, I never like sort of like short wedge shots down breeze, because if you don't get the flight right, you can easily get knocked down.
Yeah, the good news is he's on a little bit of an upslope, so it shouldn't get knocked down too much. This one is pulled and long.
Oh, just on the wrong side of that hill, too. Hey, everybody feels it.
At the 10th tee, here is a Bo Jin.
Yeah, just going with a 3 wood. This is a good choice because he's really swinging well at it today. Bit of a false start there every time. Only 300 to the water down the right-hand side. He likes that one. It is quite a wide fairway, especially when you've got a 3-wood in your hand down breeze. You shouldn't miss this one.
Yeah, that's why we're debating up ahead with the driver choice for McKinney.
Just one birdie today. So his brother won in 2015. You were there, Frank. He's now playing professionally in China. And now Bo, in his second AAC appearance, is playing his college golf at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, hard to imagine you have brothers winning this championship in just such a short period of time.
Bo caddied for his brother Chen at the par 3 contest in 2016 at the Masters. His little sister was there as well. She's now a freshman playing golf at USC. That's a great golfing family, a chance to add another prestigious title to their trophy case in China.
Now back at the par 5, 10th. Today measuring 542 yards, but down breeze. Choi's just been fighting with that swing the last 2 or 3 holes. So he's throttled back to the iron. He can still reach. So he's just working on that impact position. Sometimes not a bad idea if you're just struggling a little bit. Find something a little easier to hit, especially with the wind at your back. Good smile, love it. No regrets, don't you love that? We've all got regrets. Not all of us have a boat like that though. Sailing up the Dubai Creek. Actually, the hotel we're fortunate to be staying. I mean, the marina in front is just gorgeous. Love to just jump on a boat and do exactly that. Very wide creek, averages just over 20 feet in depth. And since 2007, when they added another 9 miles to it, just joins the Arabian Gulf and goes back through Dubai and goes back out again. It's just a wonderful waterway. Paradise, really. Built from the ground.
Hey, we're live. This is Nakajima, 3rd shot, par 5, 10th.
Coming off a slight downslope. Gets that one to check. That is fantastic. Frank, do you see how he got his shoulders with the slope, kind of like we were supposed to do sandboarding?
Yes. Do you think we should tell everybody how successful you were on the sandboard yesterday, Colt?
Don't make me blush.
I'm sure our producer can find some suitable evidence as we go to 14.
Oh, yeah, we have
two-time champion.
We have a highlight package at the ready. And now Yujin Lin started the day 4 back. 2 years ago, he was 5 behind after 36 and rallied to win in a playoff. Seasoned competitors. Had 4 starts at major championships, making the cut in 1. Okay, so just a little bit of work left for his par here at the 12th. Or check that at the 14th, excuse me. All right, here we go. We went, dune driving. Those are massive dunes, and we were in an SUV.
It's about an hour away, right?
So it's all done.
I mean, Colt, we really had to twist his arm. Colt wanted like insurance. He wanted a helmet. We didn't give him any of that. And he says, I got this.
Lean forward, no fear, get it, Colt!
You can hear Amanda doing the commentary. We never in our wildest dreams thought he would make it all the way down.
My legs look like out of bounds stakes right there. And I did, while we were dune driving, almost upside down.
You successfully rode a camel.
I turned 3 shades of chalk while I was out there. I did get around on the camel. Felt like a 9-year-old on a just going for a ride at the local fair.
I actually took my shoes off in the hotel, not thinking much, tipped it upside down. I actually have a little bunker in my room now. Man of sand.
How's your sand game?
I'll work on it tonight. Now at 10, McKinney, this would be some 5.
I think he would take 2 putts from here, Frank, and move on over to the 11th. That one needs to hustle. I can't believe you are disrespecting my athleticism.
We were surprised. It was a first-class effort. You're now our version of Shaun White.
All right, now the 17th tee, and this is such a great spot on the golf course. Right off the creek. By the way, Tai Chi Ko, 2 top 6 finishes this fall. He was 3rd at the Jackson T. Stevens Cup in his last event. That named for the former Augusta National Chairman. Take you back to the 10th.
Yeah, Woo Young Cho's going to be first to go here. Was short-sided over to the right of this green and hit a pretty good chip. Just got caught up in the fringe a little bit, but he's got about 6 feet for a much-needed birdie. It just has not been his day so far.
Yeah, frustrating. Just 1 birdie. 1 out and 2 over 37. And now Yushin at 14. This to save his par. So Yushin holding steady after that hot start. 3 straight birdies to begin his round. And only 1 back. It's a pretty big bogey putt here, Colt, for Connor McKinney at the 10th.
I mean, I know all strokes are equal, but this might be the biggest putt of the championship for him thus far. Just cannot afford to make a double bogey on the easiest hole on the golf course.
Okay.
Huge relief there. He played the par 5s well so far this week. 5 under. First 6 on the scorecard all week.
But for that little mustache, which appears to be the first attempt of his young life.
Well, it's
he
November.
He doesn't look more than 13 years old. And so the solo leader now is right there, Bo Jin, at 9 under par, trying to become the 5th winner from China, following the footsteps of his brother. Oh boy, that was a bit of a shocker, Frank, from Nakajima.
That would have tied the lead.
Guys, that was inside of 3 feet.
So maybe you're right about what you're saying with his teammates, that perhaps the putter is the weakness.
That is a par that feels like a bogey, maybe even a double, given how short that putt was. But in any event, he is still just 1 back of this guy who was watching from back in the fairway.
And Paul, it's been a sort of a very consistent 9 holes. Birdie at the first, and it's been pars since for Bo. So
yeah, he's hit a lot of good shots, Frank, and he's mapped his way around the golf course. Hasn't got ahead of himself. He's not taking on unnecessary shots. You know, the shot that he hit on 9, that was because the wind was into him off right to left, but absolutely piped a 3-wood down here, going with the 3-wood again. He's got 257 all the way to the pin, but the number for him is 241, and you just don't go anywhere near this pin at all. It's too tight to the right. 7 from the right. Big bunker to carry. A bit of water.
Ooh, choked down about an inch on that club to take some off it. Oh, that's a superb shot.
Just the clever play that he's had all day, I think.
So Bo Jin is looking to add to that lead. Excellent shot here at the par 5 10th. Young man from China who shot 64 in round number 2, trying to take command of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Well, I've got to say it, Bono's golf. Took that 3-wood out, choked down about 1.5 inches, and played a golf shot. Now, Choi forced to lay up his third.
Yeah, only from 100 metres here. Missed the fairway with his iron shot, and this is a green lighter for him here. He can go past it a little bit, which he does.
Safe.
It's still a little bit disappointing when you've got a big hitter like him that he can't go for this green in 2. It's a bit of a waste when you've only got 3 par 5s in the whole golf course.
Yeah, just struggling with the swing and the timing. Now, if you're going to lay up though, Paul, you lay up properly, not into a fluffy lie.
Some old timer told me that one time. Just get it in the fairway. And this is not great. The ball's sitting down a little bit. Wind helping right to left here. No green right of the pin. He can't control the spin out of here.
So, bit of guesswork.
It's got to go a bit. It sure has. That's a good effort.
Yeah, great shot. So might just get away with a 4 here. Very important. This reachable. 13 is reachable with the island green. Then you head back around the corner of the golf course. 15, good par 4. 16, tricky little par 3. 17 and 18, straight back to the clubhouse. Golf course, 6,860 yards.
The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is proudly brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, fast, reliable, and secure, and IBM. The world is going hybrid with IBM. So the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa, here in Dubai. Nakajima trying to shake off that short miss at the 10th.
He's missed 2 short putts in his last 3 holes. That a 3-wood, and this is a beauty. Frank, I think that's going to be something to watch, though, is those short putts coming down the stretch these next 2 days.
He's going to have to, his iron player is going to have to be very, very tight. Now to the 18th.
Yeah, this is Yuki Moriyama, 20-year-old from Japan.
Yeah, 8 under would look nice in the clubhouse.
They call him the Japanese John Daly. Takes it way past parallel. Coach at the University of Oregon describes him as a bundle of joy. Just brings this infectious enthusiasm with him wherever he plays. Now living in Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's a phenomenal performance today. 6 under, 65. And back at 11 after the bogey at 10. McKinney.
A little surprising to be going with driver here. Oh, this one's, the wind's got it. It's moving it right towards the rough.
Now there's a waste bunker down that right side.
It stayed short of it, Frank, in the rough.
Okay, so Yushin Lin is trying to become the first 3-time winner of this event, and it would be the 5th time player from China has won. Most by any country. Japan with 3, 2 from Hideki Matsuyama, and then don't forget Takumi Kanaya won 3 years ago. Australia's taken it twice. Curtis Luck, former #1 ranked amateur in the world. And here is a guy from China with a great chance. He is leading this for eagle, Bo Jin.
Well, he got this ball perfectly pin high, but there's a big slope left to right, about a 2.5 foot break here. Straight back up the hill. He's given it a good run. Oh.
All right, so he will tap. That's a 2-putt birdie for Bo Jin at number 10. His second birdie of the day, does not have a single bogey, and for the moment he will take a 2-shot lead here in the 12th playing of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Well, it's a good way to start this back 9 too, because the first 4 holes of this side are all playing under par at the moment. So very gettable, and you have to hang on. But Bo Jin in the driver's sheet.
Nakajima at the 11th.
Perfect tee shot, 85 yards to his front right hole location. Oh, he clipped this one nicely on a great line.
Another short birdie putt coming up. See if he can make this one.
Birdie putt now, Tai Chi Ko.
Should just have a little bit of hook to this as it comes down the hill. It's trying to turn.
Second Asia Pacific Amateur Championship appearance. First, though, since 2017. Missed the cut down at Royal Wellington in your homeland of New Zealand. Cut fell this week at what, 2 over par, Frank?
Yes, the only time the cut's been lower actually was back at Clearwater Bay in Hong Kong. Now Yushin Lin at 15, his second shot. Once again, just has to judge like a fly out of this. Fluffy line, try and land the ball about 10 yards short.
Good shot.
So came out a little hotter. Good shot.
And Choi at the 10th, this to get to 8 under and within 2 of the lead.
Yeah, a bit of a tricky one, this. Back downhill, but back into the wind. He needs to get his golf back on track somehow.
That'll do.
Oh, wow. Impressive.
So he had bogeyed 3 of the previous 4 holes. You go to University of New Mexico, Sam Choi playing his college golf there. And our pal Kurt Byram, University of New Mexico guy.
Now back at 11, McKinney.
76 yards, terrible lie, cannot afford to come up short. This is aggressive.
Oh, just carries the front. It's going to be really good now.
That is incredible from that lie.
Sensational shot and a chance to bounce back off that bogey at the 10th.
All 3 players peppering the flag.
Bo Jin at the 11th. Lead is 2.
Yeah, this is quartering back in from the left-hand side. There's a palm tree just across the bunker that everyone aims at. You don't want to go right off this tee down into the waist area. But he's definitely struck that well. Heading up the left side, just creeping into the rough.
It's a fiddly tee shot. 2 bunkers down the left. Ideally, you want to sort of just keep it on that top plateau. Something longer than the 3 wood. Get into the narrowest portion of the fairway. Now, can Nakajima finally make a putt?
Not the one he's going to just be, I would imagine he'd try to slam in the back, Frank. This one he's got to get outside the hole on the left. But this is big for his confidence right here.
Just check the rhythm of the stroke. Perhaps trying to hit him a little too hard. Oh, that one was beautiful. Great 3. Now he pulls within 1 of Bo Jin.
I mean, this is a young man who in late September won a big professional event in Japan. Became the 5th amateur to win on that tour, following Masi Kuramoto, with whom you played years ago, Ryo Ishikawa, Hideki, and Takumi Kanaya. Has giving every indication that he is going to be a force in the coming years on the world stage.
Certainly, and that was a big putt for Nakajima, and now a big putt for McKinney.
Frank, I can't tell you how good that approach shot was. I thought he would just try to hit that 30 feet behind the hole and make his par. But now he's got a great look, about 6 feet and extremely fast.
I'll tell you what, if you
Great
can't
bounce
play,
back.
if you can't play through mistakes, you can't play at the highest level. And we have just seen 2 examples of young talents playing through a little hiccup. McKinney and Nakajima, and Choi, yeah, he's right there as well. Good leaderboard shaping up here at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
The floating 6T, one of the many features of this golf course. Really a brainchild. It's hard to imagine 3,000 years ago, a small Arab settlement based itself alongside a deep water inlet in the Arabian Gulf and forged itself into a major link between the Oman and Yemen in the south of the Euphrates and the Tigris civilizations in the north. And that settlement 3,000 years ago is now known as Dubai. Just a major metropolis. The clubhouse, one of the most photographed clubhouses in the world now. It's got many a design award. Brian Johnson, the designer. It's just growing out. Very popular stop. Junior academies. Excellent range. All sorts of features. It's got padel courts, tennis courts. Numerous hotels in the area. So if you want to venture out here, just about play any sport you want. They love their sport. Football, the #1 game really. Soccer, some people call it that way. Rugby sevens will be coming just down the road. Expo 2020 started last month. Just really buzzing at the moment. And very happy to be host to the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Marvelous silhouette. And the tallest building in the world sits proud. Burj Khalifa.
Well, a great way to stay on top of this championship, aacgolf.com. Live stats, championship video. It is streaming as well at this site. Being broadcast around the world, more than 150 countries. And debt of gratitude to the Vice Chairman of the Emirates Golf Federation, Abdul Zarouni, Chris May, CEO of Dubai Golf, and the Chairman of the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation, Taimir Hassan Amin from Pakistan, who is a good player in his own right, played in this championship. And now to Yushin Lin to get to 9 under.
He's overread a few putts. This putt comes from the left. Oh, not this time.
That Yushin Lin. All week long, really all eyes have been on Yushin Lin and Keita Nakajima. And here they are. They're right there. Both at 9 under par, and for the moment a shot back of Bo Jin playing right here at the 11th.
Yeah, Bo's drawn a perfect lie here in the first cut of rough here. The wind is left to right. There's no area right of this pin at all. And that's a great looking shot coming in there. Well, he's dialing with his irons today.
Looks like Bo Jin is up to the challenge.
One more look, ball a little further back in the stance. Paul Gall's exactly right. Did draw a good lie. Didn't get too steep on it. Now from the waist bunker, Choi.
Yeah, 75 yards here. Tough shot. The 75-yarder to no pin. Well, that'll just spin back down into that first cut of rough there.
Finally gets the birdie at the previous hole, now in trouble again.
He's just messy today. It looks like the club's stuck behind him. He can't get his rhythm. He can't get the club back to the ball. We all have days like that.
All right, 16, Yushin Lin.
Making his move. Needs this one to go. He's calling for it to go. And does. So just carries that front bunker. Be a tricky little putt.
Back to the Australian, McKinney at the 12.
Straightaway par 4, 460 yards, went down and off the right. Oh, this one is hammered.
Next generation with its eyes on the dream. Maybe making it to the Masters and the Open. Back to Bo Jin at the 11th hole. 5 years ago, Bo and his family moved to the United States. Prior to that, Bo had spent 7 years living in China, 7 years living in Singapore. Started his college career at USC and then transferred to Oklahoma State, where he is playing now. So, Frank, you were here when his brother, Chin Jen, won in Hong Kong, Clearwater Bay.
Well, it was reduced to 54 holes, but there was talk. People knew that they weren't going to play on the Sunday. So that chip they're playing with the two people closest to him, he knew that could very well be the up and down that was going to win him the championship.
Play was suspended due to high winds and rain, and then, as you said, eventually canceled.
Yeah, the typhoon came in, but believe me, they knew with a couple of holes to go, that could very well. You can see the wind was already kicking up there at the trophy pit presentation. So that was well earned. And perhaps the first for the family. Now, tricky little chip for Kim. Just exploded a little bit.
Yeah, it's well designed around these greens, and it's quite steep, but they've left the rough up enough for the ball just to lay down the bottom, and you sort of got to dig it out a bit. And when you don't quite get it right and get the bounce right, it can move on.
Sam Choi.
Straight back up into the wind. Not a difficult chip. They were telling me that he was a good chipper. He hasn't hit a good one since I watched him.
It's surprising, isn't it? A little messy.
Bo Jin leading this championship, and with more, here now Amanda Balionis.
Rich, when we talked to Bo yesterday, he said, well, what I remember when my brother won was that we didn't know we were going to be able to go to the Masters as well. Not only was Bo able to go, but he and his sister then caddied for Chang in the par 3 contest in 2016. I asked him yesterday, are you going to return that favor? He goes, hey, if my brother wants to go, if I win, I will certainly have him. But you have to think that means he's going to have to caddy as a return, right?
And Sister Joyce currently in her freshman season playing golf at the USC.
That's a talented golfing family, isn't it? A chance to stretch that lead to 2. And fairly flat, Paul, this putt.
Not much in this at all. It's back where he's got it, and he keeps getting everything pin high, which is a good sign. And once again, it's a makeable putt. Fairly straight. If he hits it too hard, it will run away, but wind from his left.
Good effort. Speed seems good. He's not leaving very many putts short. Not like he's hitting them 3 or 4 feet past either, so at the moment in control.
Just a nice solid round. 2 birdies and no bogeys. That after a 64 in round number 2. Now McKinney at 12.
That from 153 yards went back and forth between clubs a couple of times.
Nearly came down the hill. It's almost a punch bowl green, this one. Rolls off the left and behind the screen.
Nakajima.
Keita has 134 yards, loves to play a draw, that right to left ball flight. And with the wind out of the right and the pin located on the left, this sets up perfectly for him.
It's got to fly it all the way though, Colt, isn't it? Because it's just over that ridge.
There's about 6 paces between the hole location and that ridge.
Gets a favorable bounce. It's not too bad now.
Did not expect that to bounce forward.
Didn't like it. I think he's going to like it now. At the 11th, Choi now to save his par after a poor chip.
Let's see if we can get another finger point if this one goes in.
Oh, yeah. Take it and run. 2 shots back. Sam Choi, South Korea. now Yushin Lin.
Up a little hill, and then it starts to go down the other side. And a chance to get back on top of this event, tie the lead.
Good run. A little bit of work left for Yushin Lin. He's made 6 birdies today against just a 1 bogey that came at the 7th hole. Taking care of his business today on moving day in Dubai. Really no surprises here. Nakajima and Lin right where everyone thought they would be, stalking the lead. Deeper into round 3 in Dubai.
So Bo Jin trying to win the 2nd championship for the family. Keita Nakajima trying to win his first, but Yushin Lin, who is making a very big move today, is going for win number 3. And that is a name they do not want to see at the top of the leaderboard because he does not back down. 7 under, still very much in contention. You see a good round on Sunday. This course has already yielded 2 rounds of 64. And Tachi Ko is also in with a round of 64 today. So that's 3 rounds of 64 we've seen so far on this championship golf course. So there's going to be a tough lead to defend come tomorrow when we finish on Saturday afternoon. The 12th playing of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Great initiative by the the R&A and the Masters Tournament Committee. So important to this region, not just for the winner, but what it does for everyone else that has competed. 93 players teed off at the start of this week. 43 of those did not make the weekend, but they will take something back to the respective home countries, that experience, and perhaps help develop the next generation. That's a famous bridge there, the Al Garou. I think it's 6 lanes these days. It's amazing traffic flow. We were trying to take that very road actually out to the desert, which is about an hour away, and it was a fun ride.
Championship leader Bo Jin at the 12th.
Yeah, this is probably the easiest tee shot of the day. There's straight downwind, big open fairway. It's headed up to the right, moving its way back. Geez, he's making a powerful move through the ball at the moment.
Has lost a couple, just a bit to the right. And now at 17T, here's Yushin Lin.
He's actually been aiming the shot down the right side the last 2 rounds. So that's actually weird. It's the same. That's 3 days in a row. He's actually aimed it at the 10th green. So that's by design. Takes the bunkers out of play. So
back to McKinney at the 12th.
Has to go through about 4 feet of fringe before it gets to the putting surface. This one gets onto the green. This one has a chance.
So he has a steady bounce back with a birdie after having bogeyed the 10th. Now at 18, Tai Chi Ko for another one. No, he knew it right away.
But we'll tie the lowest round of the week. It was 2 rounds of 64 shot yesterday. Has that little tiddler for respective 9s of 32-32 as we go back to 12.
McKinney. Excuse me, Nakajima now. This to get to 10 under and tie Bo Jin.
Got a perfect read from Woo Young Cho, who made it just behind his mark. This one, not a whole lot in it. I think nothing more than right edge here.
Just burns the left edge. Left a few out there. Missed a short putt for birdie at number 10. Did come right back, make birdie at 11. World number 1, Keita Nakajima, 9 under, still right there. Now Connor McKinney.
Inside of 3 feet should be no problem.
John Huggan, who's a longtime writer, written a nice article here covering for Golf Digest about Connor McKinney. And now Choi at the 12th.
Well, looks like he's got his swing back in the groove. This one's headed straight up the middle.
So finally a good tee shot for Choi. Putter has certainly bailed him out the last 2 holes. Good look at the 12th. Just really ramrod straight this hole. No bunkers either side to concern about. 300 is where it does narrow in a little bit, so we're sitting most of those drives, leaving a second shot in the vicinity of like 150, 160 yards to the middle of the green. A reference, it's nearly a punch bowl green, and by what that is all the hills around should actually feed the ball back to the green. It's just the right side that drags it off. But they have a tricky little hole location. The green, as you can see, it's deep enough, but there is a ridge, and today they put the flag just over that ridge on the left side. So premium is on judging that distance, and there's a little bit of breeze too to consider that's coming from the players right and behind. 9 birdies, it's quite a lot really when you consider this is one of the harder places to put this hole. But Bo Jin, Rich, I mean, he's really taken it to the field.
And now some highlights, and we'll pick it up. Second shot, first hole. Choking way down. Remember Bo Jin, 64 in round number 2, and a beauty. So he makes birdie 3 there at the opening hole, and made 8 pars to go out in 34. And this is a great up and down. Bunker to bunker off the tee, green side, and no problem. So at the 10th, he goes down on that fairway metal, and I mean plays a beauty. Just a nice little slider peeling, and outstanding shot for Bo Jin. 2 putts for birdie from there. A good run for Eagle. This is college golf. Stillwater, Oklahoma. So that is second birdie of the day, not a single bogey, and he has just looked in control. Trying to become the 4th player from China to have won the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. He's battling his countryman Yu Jinlin among others. Now second at 12.
Yeah, he's drawn a good lie here in the rough, straight up the green here. He's got to get it up onto this tier. It's going to be a decision whether I'm going to fly it all the way there or let it run up. Well, he's hoisted it way in the air.
Just a little deep. Nakajima, par 5, 13th.
Wind off his left, can hold it up against the wind with his draw. This one looks to be drawing into the wind. This is going to be fine.
Only 1 hole easier than the 13th today, and that's the par 5 4th. So with a drive like that, it is definitely in the go zone. I'll show you why it's the go zone. Nice par 5, just hit it over the corner of the bunker. You can actually see the green or see the flag from the tee. Not a lot of movement. As long as you don't air to that right side, once you get past, it's a nice little marker in the middle of the fairway, that 250 block. Then this is where decision time is how close do you want to really try and hit this flag. Players only really lay up if you're in trouble, but this second shot, you look around, it's just perched up. The bunker really can protect the shot if you hit a little bit weak to the right. Well-shaped green. And I know the hole's in a difficult position in the back, but you're just so tempting after a good tee shot to go for this.
Down to 17, and Yushin Lin. He's at 9 under, 5 under for his round today.
Well, he nearly greened it on the 10th, but it's clear view of the flag at 17.
What a shot.
A great shot.
He just has star quality. I mean, just the way he walks, the way he plays, swings it, strong player, has some personality.
But he's getting tired today, Rich. He carried his bag the first 2 days. He's actually gone for the trundler today.
He's done it for a few years now. Promising college player and a great international amateur champion, Yushin Lin.
He's trying to put that trolley on drive. That's what his golf game is right now. The defending champion. And I mean, the tee shot too, it's deliberate. He deliberately hits it down the right side and actually aims for the 10th green. And look at the view he has. It's a low spinning wedge. But it's just the flair. You know, got to watch this young man really for the last 5 or 6 years, and he's just turned 21 last month. So, you know, the talent was for everybody to see, you know, all those years ago. He's got a little bigger, he's got a little stronger. Went to California, tried to play there for a little while, now transferred to Florida, and his English is fluent. He's just comfortable in his own skin. It's going to be good to watch him really over the next 20 plus years. China has a good star there. It'll translate virtually into any country he visits. A chance to get to 10 under and tie. And really, it was a bad finish yesterday. He double bogeyed the 18th. So it's a good bounce back for the two-time champion. That's the 17th hole. See, it's a tricky drive when you go down the normal route, but Yushin's actually taking it over that right bunker, even over the TV tower. Ambitious. So, and then 18 behind that. Just aims a little to the right. Water in play. Very much in play on the second shot. If you miss the fairway.
Really looking forward to the 2022 Latin America Amateur Championship at Casa de Campo in the Dominican Republic. Pete Dye's spectacular Teeth of the Dog right along the Caribbean. Third week of January. The Joaquin Niemann has won on the PGA Tour. He won back in his home country of Chile in 2018. Alvaro Ortiz, his brother Carlos, recently winning in Houston on the PGA Tour. Also a past LAAC winner. Now Bo Jin.
Yeah, coming back into the breeze here. You know, he's got to be, and it's a bit back into the grain, I would say. Pretty flat going down there.
And at 13, Keita Nakajima.
Big tee shot, has 231 yards to the hole, 202 to the front. I think you just have to ignore this whole location, look at the center of the green.
You're right, Colt. You know, if it's something that lands in the front third, if it skips all the way back, you get benefit of that. Hangs there in the middle of the green, nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, he didn't even think about laying up here, Frank. Like I said, just 202 front. You know, he hits everything right to left, so he can hold this wind, but definitely needs to look left of the hole.
Well, Rayhan Thomas, who holds the course record here, played with Darren Clark all those years ago. And Darren Clark's goal was, if you've got a wood in your hand, you lay up. If you've got an iron, you go for it.
Oh, we got the full Tiger twirl right there.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Oh, didn't get the hard bounce, but still two superb shots.
I mean, nothing quite like that feeling, Frank, right? Lacing a long iron. And now a 12, Choi. Okay. All right, birdie putt now. Yushin Lin missed a tie for the lead.
And he does. Big bounce back today. Double bogey at 18 yesterday. You thought might have flattened him, but just came out birdies at the first 3 holes, and he's kept it going.
The defending title holder, Yushin Lin, just sort of relentless from the start. Again, the only 2-time winners of this championship, Hideki Matsuyama, who's the reigning Masters champion, and that man Yushin Lin. Now Bo Jin to stay at 10.
Wow, this is an important putt to keep the rhythm going. He's on a roll here. Wow, I'll tell you, nice and simple.
You know how important that was. Just maintain. Well, Masters tournament, planting seeds here, and the younger generation as well. Drive, chip, and putt. Exciting, youthful initiative, Drive, Chip, and Putt Championship. If you're interested, go to drivechipandputt.com. Kids ages 7 to 15 with a chance to compete at Augusta National Golf Club. Always love that on that Sunday when past champions like Bubba Watson, Mark O'Meara, Freddie Couples show up. Just love it. All right, now, there's a guy who's trying to earn that invitation and as well a spot back home where he was born and raised in Scotland. The Open next summer, Connor McKinney. It's really become such a good weekend before the Masters with the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Tsubasa Kajitani of Japan winning. We mentioned what a great year it's been for Japanese golf.
Well, I remember the inaugural one. I was part of that when Jennifer Kupcho, Maria Fassi came down the wire. They played some beautiful golf. Now, McKinney, remember he holed it here yesterday.
That a sand wedge on the way from 115 yards, 108 to get up top. Not his best there.
Not quite like yesterday, but still outside chance for a birdie. Speaking, you shall receive. He was in trouble off the tee yesterday, so forced to lay up. And this was when the round was, well, it was okay. And then just have a look at this. I mean, just clips it perfectly, flies it past the flag. We had not seen that much spin all week. Eagle for the young Australian. Yeah, there you go. Good celebration. Always good to see. Got to make 4 the hard way today. Now back on the tee.
Yeah, it's a must to get this ball in the fairway if you are going to go for this island green. And wind into left to right. Right up Jing. He's been drawing the ball all day, so he can draw it back into this breeze.
See, that's how they're being taught to swing all over the world now, Frank.
Yeah, go on YouTube. They got launch monitors. I saw Yushin Lin, who's about to hit his tee shot here with his launch monitor the other day. Now, this is the key tee shot. Hardest hole on the golf course. There has only been 1 birdie at 18 so far today.
He made double here yesterday. Okay.
Oh, flew it.
Carried it all.
I mean, that is a long carry.
Here is the young man from the UAE, Ahmad Skake. And with more, let's bring in Amanda.
Thanks, Rich. There are so many success stories just by making it to the AAC, and Skake is certainly one of those. One of 4 players this week representing the UAE. This is his 4th appearance, the first time he's made the cut, and it's because of a totally different mentality, thanks of course in part to that experience, but also because of his mentor Ian Poulter. Now, Ian Poulter was one of his favorite players because he remembers watching the Ryder Cup growing up and of course was in awe of what Poulter could do. But this is where growing the game comes in. There's a mentorship program through the Emirates Golf Federation, and Ahmed is now mentored by Ian Poulter. The two have met, they've worked together in person. Poulter gives him advice advice. And that big piece of advice he took into this week was having a positive mindset before the tournament. He told me, hey, sometimes I can be a little hard on myself, but I can't psych myself out like I've done in the past. I've also relayed Poulter's advice to other playing competitors this week as well. He said, I kind of wanted to pay it forward, but clearly it's working. The first time Skake has made it into the weekend, thanks in part by the Emirates Golf Federation mentorship program in Ian Poulter.
Amanda, thanks. And Frank, this is a big boost for golf in the UAE, in particular here in Dubai.
It is. And remember, he had the honour of the opening tee shot, 7:15 in the morning. But I wonder what that advice was from Ian Poulter. Was that to buy expensive cars?
Probably fight hard.
Well, there's plenty of that in Poulter, that's for sure.
Make some putts.
Well, I think Poulter, it is a good mentor because he was not expected to turn pro. He was an assistant professional. And at one stage, he admitted the fact he was like a 4 or a 5 handicapper. So it was all plain hard work.
Inosuke Sakane is for birdie.
Par 3 across the water. Good 2. So well in the thick of things.
Yeah, playing his way into the thick of it. Japan continuing to produce. And here is #1 ranked player of the world, and he is from Japan. This an eagle putt after that beautiful second. Nakajima.
So we'll have about just under 3 feet for a 3-way tie at the top.
I mean, and the cream has risen. You're talking about Nakajima and the 2-time winner Yujin Lin. You see right here, and then Bo Jin of China, who's an outstanding player in his own right.
I was just checking my yardage book just to reconfirm that was more than a 300-yard carry through the air to carry the waste bunker down the right side. That's why he was hanging on to it. It'll be an interesting second shot upcoming as we go back to the par 5 again.
McKinney to tie for the lead.
He kind of made a mess of the par 5 so far today. That disappointing bogey at 10, now a long one for birdie here.
That got away. And a lot more coming back than he wanted. Now, Yushin Lin here at the finishing hole.
There's only 4 yards usable green behind this flag. It does get a little narrow there, just enough wind. But he can flight it down. He has that ability to move the ball around. How much do you bite off? Trying to turn it back.
He likes it.
Oh, superb again.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah. Most difficult hole. We had a little club twirl right there, and he is playing with all sorts of confidence. Back to 13, and this one has the attention of Connor McKinney.
Good news is he ran it by the hole, so he has an idea of what it's going to do coming back, but just cannot afford to play the par 5s on this back 9 and over par.
That's just what he's done. That is cruel lip out right there. So bogey at the par 5 10th and another 6 here at 13.
That's going to make him lose some sleep tonight.
Not
both of them
really
are reachable
holes at all.
Yeah, both par 5s are reachable. I mean, look at Nakajima here. He had a putt for eagle.
Nakajima.
3-way tie.
10 under par. So it's Nakajima with Yujin Lin and Bo Jin. That is about what most observers expected. And these guys have delivered. All three have played high-level golf for quite a few years now. They are championship tested.
Yushin Lin, he heads to 18. He'll have a putt to take the outright lead.
He just has the look of a player, Frank, that is going to do big things in this game. You know, China's had some winners on the European Tour. We had Hao Tong Lee shot that 63 at Royal Birkdale the year that Jordan Spieth won the Open in 2017. Shun Wu has won on the European Tour. But this guy looks a little bit different. All right, back to Bo Jin.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. This is actually a dangerous one. The feet, the ball's so far below his feet. The wind going left to right. He's got 209 to carry it on. He's just watched Kim hit it in the water. Well, he's absolutely striped that. Left-hand side of the green. Well, that's a good miss, if there is a good miss.
It's not too bad. The good thing there, if you followed that off that side, he'll kept the body moving forward, almost gave it the step through to make sure the momentum was going in the right direction.
All right, so Keita Nakajima tied with two standouts from China at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Very much a case of build it and they will come. Three tied at top at 10 under, and they with three of the best at the start of the week, and they are delivering, that's for sure, already in double digits. Don't discount the 9 and the 8 unders, that's for sure. Woo-Young Cho from Korea, just 1 under today to be 2 back. Japan's pretty good contingent there at 16th. Riki Kawamoto, watched him play a little bit this week. Another player with a little bit of flair as well. Good round by Aaron Du, 67. It was matched by James Leo from Singapore. Singapore have hosted this championship. And they might very well do it again soon. Hayden Hopewell, part of the Australian contingent, +2 today, so his round and chances really sadly going in the wrong direction. Just 50 players exactly made the weekend, and the cut came at 144, which is 2 over, past 71 here. Just really has been good to be a spectator on what this championship has done in the area. Some of the junior programs that are propping up now, they're sending some of their most talented players, male and female, around the world to play in bigger competitions, get them well tested. You could actually say it's an amateur major. That's the way these players are looking at it.
We are live. This is the 12th playing of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Man who's already won it twice and is the defending champion. Remember, we did not have it in 2020 because of COVID. This is Yushin Lin, and this to get to 11 under and the outright lead. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo.
Yeah, and a chance too to match the low round of the week. He pops this in for 64. I wouldn't bet against it. The putter's been better today. Got off to that great start by birding the first 3 holes. And what a way to finish this would be. Very little break.
You were right, Frank. Never came down. You can't believe it.
That's been the trend, though. He's just tended to overread a few. I'm sure he'll go to the putting green afterwards, expecting the greens maybe be a little quicker. He's just allowed for a little more break on just about every single putt today.
So with the make here, it will be a 7 birdie round with 1 bogey. That came at the 7th hole. So you see in the far left, that's the University of Florida head coach, J.C. Deacon. And Dudley Hart is right next to Coach Deacon. He played at Gainesville and then professionally in middle there with a necklace. Terrific young talent, Ricky Castillo, played the Walker Cup for the United States side. And there's Yushin on the far right of your screen.
I'm sure Dudley actually would be a great one, help him with attitude. Dudley always had a very good attitude as a professional. Actually took me to my first ever hockey game. I've seen hockey in America. Dudley would help him prepare for putts like this. Make sure the round counts. 65.
Okay, 6 under par for world number 24. I mentioned cream rising. Nakajima's number 1, Bo Jin 23, and Yu Jin is 24 in those world amateur golf rankings. And he'll head to the final round with a great chance to become the first ever 3-time winner of this championship. Now, Nakajima at 14.
Tough par 3, 185, wind hard out of the left. Want no part of long and left here.
Okay. And now at 13 with Bo Jin.
Yeah, left himself in a great position here. Quite a straightforward chip, a lot of green.
It's well played out of the fluffy lie.
In every facet. And there is a Yushin Lin. About what's possible for China, now one of the leading economies in the world. There's a confidence that comes with that. People feel a sense of pride. They can do whatever they set their minds to with hard work. And Yushin Lin, great example. Now some highlights. Turning for home, Yushin Lin.
Yeah, one of the few mid-range putts. Actually hit a lot of good shots close. And then 17, that's actually the 10th green.
This is a cool shot right here, Frank.
It is. Just drilled it in low. One bounce, check, stop. Even virtually a straight putt. Had good control of the ball with the second shots today. Very much an iron player's golf course. And that is familiar territory for him in this championship. Top of the leaderboard.
I mentioned Tom Watson, 5-time Open champ, 2-time Masters tournament winner. He's convinced China will become a powerhouse. He was at a training facility in China a couple of years ago. He said nearly every young player there swung it like Adam Scott, that he had never seen anything like it.
Well, actually, the last championship in China, Tom Watson was one of the speakers there. So he was very much up close and personal. Now, long putt for Sakani here at 15. Could we have a 4-way tie?
Oh, wow. He turns 23 in December. He is a 5th-year senior at Florida State. And back to 13 green.
I wonder if that number goes from 10 to 11.
Well, he's left himself in a great position here, putting back into the wind, back uphill, a little bit from his right to left. For a tall guy, he's really hunched over this putter. Tell you what, he's putted well all day.
Yeah,
well,
keep doing it, Paul. Keep doing it.
Sure do, when you just keep holding them like that.
And back in the lead, Bo Jin at 11 under par. All right. Back at 14, Nakajima, this to once again tie for the lead.
The only player in this group to find the putting service, but this a lengthy one coming up the hill. It is extremely slow.
Colt, I can't remember him making a long putt all week, really.
He really hasn't. The putter's been pretty cold. Considering where he's at in this tournament, I mean, if it can heat up tomorrow, look out.
All right.
Pretty good pace there.
Stress-free. Nakajima 3 under on his round today, 10 under for the championship, and for the moment 1 back of Bo Jin.
I know we expect to make them, make everything, but even on the PGA Tour, I think the best players in the world average one putt over 13.5 feet around. One putt. So maybe. Meanwhile, McKinney, who looked very, very good through the first 9, referenced the 6th at the 10th. He was wayward off the team, found the water. He just 3-putted the previous hole, and in trouble here again. Was bunkered.
So this to stay 3 shots back. That'd be a tall order. To catch Bo Jin, even Yu Jin Lin, Keita Nakajima.
He's got to stop the round going south. So he's really eyeing this up. As Cam tidies up, 3rd member of this group. So he wouldn't have learnt much from Nakajima's putt too, because Nakajima's putt, he expected that ball to break right and didn't. So he's got one of those putts that might even feel like it might even turn left at the end.
And Frank, he's taken quite a bit of time over this one. As you said, things have started to go a little bit south for him.
Bumped.
All right, so just coming unglued a little bit. Bogeyed both par 5s on this second 9, and now the bogey at 14. 7 under and 4 back of the lead. And boiling right about now. Nakajima now to stay 1 back.
If you look closely at that left ankle that's taped, we actually did have it confirmed. He rolled his ankle last week in a college event in Japan, so it's more precautionary. Said it's not too bad, but did allow us to know that information.
And 14T. Bo Jin.
Well, it's just got up a little bit gusty. It's quite nice conditions out here. The temperature's dropped a bit. There's a little bit of cloud cover. And this pin is really just a straightforward pin. It's 186, but all the trouble is left. And you see when the wind's coming from the left to right, and guys in front and the group behind seen that 2 of them pulled it into the left trap. So, maybe they'll take it more at the pin and let everything move right. There's a lot of green to the right of this pin.
And just one hiccup all week long. Made double bogey at 9 in round number 1. The rest pars and birdies.
Yeah, this is the 2nd hardest hole on the golf course this week after 2 rounds. You can see why. You've got to fly it all the way back into this green.
Well, he's played the par 3s even so far this week. No birdies, no bogeys.
Geez, I like the way he's mapped his way around. He hasn't done any heroics. 3 birdies. Oh, he's asking for it to go. Ah, great shot.
So continuing to apply the pressure to the field here, Bo Jin. While we have a moment, let's go back down to Amanda.
A man used to this pressure, 2-time winner here, Yushin Lin. 2 years ago when you won, you came in to the weekend 5 back. This time you came in 4 back. How much does experience help you to climb up this leaderboard and put yourself in a position to win for 3 times?
I mean, I feel like experience definitely played a big part today. The goal for me entering the round was just to, leave myself a good spot heading into tomorrow. And I felt like I did exactly just that. Struck it beautifully out there. I still left a couple out there, but, that's golf. So, yeah, just really excited for tomorrow.
You know what's on the line. Winning here 3 times is something no player has ever done before. Where do you feel mentally you are this time compared to your previous 2 wins? How can you draw on that to find success in a way that no one else has?
Well, I feel like I'm pretty relaxed right now. I'm not sure about tomorrow. Hopefully the same way, but just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Just do all the preparations and stick to my rhythm and my game plan. And just see what happens tomorrow.
Like you told me in the beginning of the week, just trust your game. The results will follow, right?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Red?
Yeah, been there and done it a couple of times. And looking for number 3, separated himself from, how about Hideki Matsuyama, who's also won it twice, the reigning Masters champion. Good one here in Dubai.
So Bo Jin with birdie at the par 5. Once again back on top. Just listening to that interview with Amanda there, how composed 21-year-old Yushin Lin is to be able to speak fluently, understand the questions. His English is flawless. So we appreciate that, that's for sure. So we get to know more of that young man, and that will continue going forward. So hats off for that. Answers were good. So he's going to stick to his plan. And that plan is to be aggressive. Driver comes out, he's got power to burn. And what will it take tomorrow? None of these players are backing down. Some of the players actually only had time for 1 practice round. So scores are getting better because they're getting used to this golf course. So just under 6,900 yards, 3 par 5s. So the length of Yushin Lin probably not as big an advantage it would have been on some other golf courses, but he can comfortably reach all 3 par 5s. 2 drivable par 4s, the third, 330 yards, and we've seen 17 where he knocked it down nearly green high just off the 10th hole. So but if he wants to win, or Bo Jin wants to win, they're going to have to be the best in the amateur game. That is Japan's Keita Nakajima, who's already won at the professional level.
Well, I always think about what former Masters Tournament Chairman Billy Payne said in launching the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship back in 2009. It is our obligation to support the game, to create opportunities to play this sport, and importantly, as we begin the championship, to inspire kids, tell them, this could take you to great places. Wonderful game. I'm going to take the winner maybe to Augusta National and the home of golf, St. Andrews. Nakajima.
That a 3-wood on the way, trying to draw back towards this narrow fairway. Needs a bounce to the left. And I believe it got it, Frank.
That's the sort of kick you want. Now forward to 16.
Sakane.
Well protected by a pop bunker on the right. Deep bunker on the right of the screen.
Pretty swing, nice result.
Yeah, pretty shot, that's for sure.
They call him Michael Ryonosuke, Michael Sakane from Japan. And he too is right there, 6 under on his round, 9 under for the championship. Sam Choi.
Should guarantee his 3 at the par 3, 14th. Been a bit of a tough day. The rhythm hasn't been on, struggled a bit. Tee to green. This man hasn't though. We haven't seen too many 2s here today, Paul.
No, not at all. It was quite difficult to get it back to this pin, but Jin is on a flat surface here. This is a real makeable putt. He's looked at it from every angle. Interesting. The other two players are wheeling their bags. He's carrying his bag.
That's something you'd do, Paul.
Well, you just got to test yourself at times, Frank. Take yourself to another level. And I think this young man is doing this. He's definitely put himself in the heat of the battle here. He just seems to get the ball in the right spot all day. It's for birdie.
Oh, wow. It just sort of faded at the very end. That would have been a 2-shot lead. Still, he's 3 under par for his round, 11 for the championship. The lead is 1 over 2 of the best amateurs in the world, Yushin Lin and Keita Nakajima. Just a pitched battle here in Dubai. Saturday finish. Now Sukane, this to get to 10.
Well, this a bit like Colt Noce yesterday on the sand. It's all downhill. Interesting coming back. Far from what he wanted.
Now we're live at 15 and a bit more trouble for young Connor McKinney.
He is way back. Hit a smother hook off this 15th tee. Has to have over 170 yards to this hole.
It looks like a 45-degree slope too, isn't it, Colt? And let's
get your shoulders with the slope, Frank.
It was impressive.
He got every bit of that one. By the way, Choi did tap at 14. Remains at 8 under and 3 back. Now, Keita Nakajima.
I believe Woo Young Cho is going to go first here from the left-hand rough. He has 111 yards. Was really battling back nicely until a bogey at the last. All about judging the lie here.
Oh, nice little bounce.
Yeah, not too bad there.
It's a good place to pop from, just off that fringe. So Nakajima hit it close.
Perfect tee shot, 102 yards, but the ball's not sitting that great, sitting down a little bit.
Come on, it's in the fairway, Colt. You always get a good lie in the fairway, don't you?
You told me I couldn't lie in Dubai.
You're right.
Win off the right, 102 yards. Seems to have caught it really nicely. Just don't spin too much. Oh, it's going to catch that false front.
A little unlucky. One more bounce would have got over that little rise. So 15, it's actually been made interesting because the 13th hole, the par 5 on the right, they've made that out of bounds. So hence we've seen a few more tee shots hit down the left than perhaps the players would want. So that 274 mark on the left, that's where McKinley was. He was left of that up on that bank. You can lay it back a little bit in the wider part of the fairway, but it's not exactly what Nakajima wanted to do. 314 to the waist area. He was all the way down there because that gives you a chance to access this hole that's cut on the front right. There's a few mounds and humps. There's some good hole locations in this. And one right there, you can see they're just over the false front. That's what Colt Noce was referring to. Nakajima's ball had just taken one more bounce. It would have gone on the flat.
Right now, Bo Jin at 15.
Yeah, interesting move here, taking a 3-wood. You need to get it to about that 269 mark to get the run down to the rest of the fairway. On the right side, they're guarded by a big mound that you aim at and hopefully move it right to left. Well, he's piped that one. Another good struck shot from Bo.
Just doing a really nice job managing his game, his temperament. It all looks good. Leading by a shot. Sam Choi.
Yeah, he's struggled with the right to left shot all day. He's spent majority of his time in the left rough. Just going with the iron here to stay back up on the top plateau. He's not out of this golf tournament either. He's just got to try to get it to the house without any bogeys, and that's a nice drive with that iron. Can you believe how far those irons go these days, Frank?
Well, they need to. Making this a short golf course play long.
All right, maybe this guy could become the first winner from Thailand. Puat Anupansubsai plays college golf at San Diego State. Just a diminutive guy, but a powerhouse. He really put together not his best effort right there. Hard left, look out. Yeah,
he had a tough week, Rich. I mean, his clubs didn't even arrive.
Yeah, a couple of days playing with a rental set. They finally made it here. He's back pocket there. It says no excuses on the yardage book, and he wasn't making any
I think
excuses.
it's a good excuse.
Yeah.
It wasn't the only one actually whose clubs didn't arrive. Now, McKinney at 15.
Going back into the wind, that one lands very soft. Boy, this has been a struggle for him on this second 9.
Yeah, just to finish up that little story, Sarutbang Chasit of Thailand, he was without his clubs. Look, lots of these players have had to jump through a lot of hoops to get here, what with COVID and the testing and policy rules out in support of this young man. And again, hats off to the Masters Tournament, the RNA, Asia Pacific Golf Confederation, paying for all the expenses for all the players. They did not want money, and this goes all the way back to the start in 2009. They've never wanted money to obstruct the path.
Well, they didn't want anyone not able to come. Doesn't matter if some of these people have never putted on grass greens, and I know that's hard to believe, but there's what they call scrapes or sand greens. I remember a few years ago, it was the first time a player, I think it was Bangladesh, had ever putted on grass greens. So they thought it's important that we get players like that as well as Nakajimas of the world.
Yeah, obviously Japan, a much more fully developed golf market. American golf market well developed, European market as well. Asia on the whole was not. They set out to change that, and they are. Short space of time, Asians have players now to look up to.
Yeah,
the beginnings, Frank, of maybe a Nicklaus, who knows, or a Woods. Matsuyama certainly in Japan, and I think across Asia is that guy.
Correct. As we watch Cho here, the championship is designed for many reasons. Obviously to crown a champion, but to develop growth of the game in these regions. And it is doing both.
I think football is the people's game. Played everywhere in the world. You need a small ball, a couple of coats as goalposts. As we watch Puat Anupansubsai from Thailand. Takes a little bit more to play the game of golf. I took a healthy cut at that, just cut the legs out from under it, and that's not too bad. So the governing bodies, the Masters Tournament, they've recognized that, and they're reaching out to the far-flung parts of the world, helping countries to develop facilities and training needed to play the game and play it well. Now Sukane at 9 under.
Threaded that tee shot nicely, so he can have a go at the flag. Good shot, right distance, very makeable.
Back to McKinney at 15.
Can't afford to drop too many more shots if he wants to have a chance going into tomorrow. You know, we talked about that mustache earlier in the day, Frank. That's 2 months of growth.
I dare say, as that one slides by. Colt, if you let yours go for 2 months, you'd look like the wild man of Borneo.
Still be beautiful, though.
Yeah. But I must admit, I feel for McKinney because, where he was born, it's just 25 miles away from St. Andrews. And the winner, of course, will get to play the Open right there. So.
And I'm sure that's something that's been on his mind all day today. I mean, it's hard not to get ahead of yourself a little bit with what's on the line.
His parents left Scotland at the age of 13, settled in Perth. He's actually twixt between. They asked him, what do you prefer, haggis or Vegemite, which is very, very popular. When he's in Scotland, he said the answer is haggis. Now, Joe.
I've never had haggis before, but it does not sound appetizing.
Well, Sandy Lyle actually served that at a Masters dinner. And he won.
I'm betting, though, that night, if you wanted, you could go off menu and get yourself a nice steak.
I think a few did. Now Nakajima just cleaning up.
You had Vegemite? And what is Vegemite?
It's a vegetable extract. You're going to throw me under the bus, I know, but we had Marmite and Vegemite. So Marmite was meat extract, Vegemite, and you put it on toast.
Okay.
Butter your toast, put it on top. It actually tastes great.
Okay.
Full of vitamin B12. How's that?
Let's work it into the diet. So a little bit of a wait for our final group.
I've got to tell you, Rich, Vegemite is beautiful. You grow up on it as a kid. When you start eating solids, it's Vegemite and toast. And that's why, they're so rugged. The Australians are so rugged. But I'm sure Adam Scott didn't have Vegemite at the Masters dinner.
Well said. Yeah,
Kim struggled all day. Beautiful shot here, middle of the fairway, wind right to left. Bit of a false front here. You've got to get it up. Nothing right of this pin.
Okay.
Tried to go down the hill.
Yeah, just stayed up there. It's still a difficult chip from there. As I said, if Choi can get himself into the house, maybe one birdie in the next 4 holes, he hasn't done too much damage. He actually hasn't played that well. Go to the range, sort some stuff out, get the short game back into ready golf. He's got 131 to the pin. Anything left of here, anything right is a miss.
Solid. 17 now, Sakani.
His putt should move to his right as it starts to slow down. Just not enough. So definitely that is the theme, not just of players like Lin and Nakajima, but over-reading some of these putts. Now the leader.
Yeah, 127. It's coming on a little bit of a downslope this, so it should come out flat. The pin's only just on, 11 on. He's got to get it all the way back there. He certainly has. This is left and long. Another green hit putt.
Nakajima at 16, par 3.
174 yards, wind right to left. This front hole location tucked in the left corner. The wind's got this one moving it just a little bit left of the hole.
Okay, reasonable look.
That's a pretty solid shot with how hard the wind's blowing right now.
Hansub Sai.
It was bunkered with a second.
Oh, that would have been a good up and down. He birdied 16 and 17. He'll tap for bogey here at 18. 33-36, 2 under 69 for a young man from Thailand. 7 under par. He'll need something really low on Sunday to win the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Well, we've talked about it, can't say it enough, the AAC creating so many opportunities while at the same time identifying the best of the best amateur golfers in the Asia Pacific region. For more, here once again Amanda Balionis.
This billboard is prominently displayed on the back of the 17th tee box and is a larger-than-life reminder about what these champions and this championship means to the Asia-Pacific region. To say the AAC in its 12th edition is a stepping stone is an understatement. It is a larger-than-life, monumental, life-changing moment. Take, for instance, Hideki Matsuyama, a 2-time winner of this event, and now the 2021 Masters champion, the first Japanese male player to win a major championship. This event, those champions, are a reminder to all aspiring golfers with larger-than-life dreams to ask themselves, why not me? Aussies Cameron Smith and Cam Davis competed multiple times in the AAC. Despite never winning this championship, they eventually found their way into the PGA Tour's winner's circle, both claiming victories this past season. C.T. Pan played for Chinese Taipei, where he finished as the runner-up in 2012, and then eventually won the Heritage in Hilton Head, South Carolina in 2019. Another set of Aussies who are part of this decorated field were Lucas Herbert and Min Woo Lee. They just claimed back-to-back victories at the Irish and Scottish Opens. And how timely now that Lucas, just this past Sunday, won a PGA Tour event in Bermuda. The growing list of superstars from this event is just getting started. And that idea of creating heroes, well, that's in plain sight, no matter where you look. Rich?
Yeah, absolutely, Amanda. And with custodians like the Masters Tournament and the R&A, a game of golf in a good place. This is a pioneering venture beginning just 12 years ago, and as Amanda detailed, it has really delivered. Hideki Matsuyama, one of 8 Asia Pacific amateur alums to have won on the PGA Tour, but more than producing winners, it is planting seeds in countries that are relatively new to the game. And now Bo Jin is to get to 12 under.
Yeah, left himself a tricky putt here. It goes out of the grain and then it goes down grain, left to right. He's better be careful. On line, just a little right. Well, the wind just getting up out here now, making it a little bit trickier.
And it has been stress-free though, Frank.
It has been impressive so far. But just go back to your point too. I think that's also why we have to assist the places like the USGA and the R&A with their rules, because rules, we want equipment access to everybody in the world rather than just one area of golf expanding their equipment quicker at a far faster rate. So we need to get clubs into these players' hands that are exactly the same as the best players in the world. And all that we have to agree with this standardization.
That's a good point. As we watch McKinney, I know Masters Tournament Chairman Fred Ridley has cited a number of factors in the growth of this championship, Frank. Playing some of the finest venues across the region, operational excellence. Tournaments are well run. Global sponsors, widespread TV coverage, 160 countries. Well, look out. Almost knocked that in. Quality of the fields, you're getting more top-ranked players. We have #1 in the world here, and he's contending, and more countries participating. 29 this year.
Let's see if Choi can make this at 15.
Well, they got a great read off Bowes there, straight down the hill. Nice strong putt.
And back at 16.
Tricky little par 3. Calder, I know you're down there. I'm just sort of almost projecting 24 hours about the finish. I mean, key finish. This par 3 and obviously the turn for home. Your opinion?
Yeah, this is a great par 3. Very tough hole location today. But I think the par 3s in general out here are very key. If you can play them in even par, I think you're picking up some strokes on the field.
Choi did tap at 15. That's a good try right there. You'll have to regroup though. Tester coming back.
But Frank, going back to your point, I mean, these last 3 holes, 16, 17, 18, are extremely difficult. So it'll definitely be a factor tomorrow.
Yeah, decisions. I mean, I was at the last championship, Shishan Golf Course, where the 18th hole's a par 5, so it's reachable. Different strategy. I mean, these finishing holes really require, good strategy. You've got to be clean. There's a few very important drives to be hit over the last 3 or 4 holes, and iron shots like here at 16 are going to have to be very precise.
Nakajima this to tie for the lead.
coming down the hill, but back into the wind. Should move just a little bit from his left to right.
Oh, yes.
Wow, walk it in, young fella.
Yeah, Keita Nakajima to 11 under, third birdie on this back nine, and tied with Bo Jin. Actually tied for 28th at the recent Zozo Championship in Japan, won by Hideki Matsuyama. Played a practice round with the reigning Open champ Colin Morikawa. Morikawa really impressed with Keita, saying he thought he had a strong foundation and a great future.
He certainly did. We've talked glowingly about his technique. Doesn't really seem to have any holes in his game. And of course, Bo Jin had a really good look at what just happened up ahead.
Yeah, guys, this group's fallen quite a ways behind. They're over a hole and a half behind the group ahead of them.
Expected to get around in about 4.5 hours for a 3-ball. They're going to struggle to do that. Be close.
We've mentioned the struggles for McKinney on this back nine. He's hit just 2 of 7 greens, so having to rely so much on that short game, and it's just let him down today.
Okay. Let's play on. Try to dig. Put a good round together tomorrow. Maybe a top 5 finish. All right, back to Bo Jin. And I mean, this is some leaderboard here, Frank, with Jin, Nakajima, and Yushin Lin, who's in the house after a 65, a 10 under, and 1 shot back. And these are the 3 best amateur players in Asia.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, you'd almost like this leaderboard at the start of tomorrow. So it's going to be very important that, Nakajima and Bo Jin do not take a step backwards over these remaining 3 holes. And you've got to pick the right club here at 16, where that hole's cut. Long's difficult. Front right bunker. A lot of people have struggled to get it up and down from there.
Well, it's quite an interesting tee shot with the wind coming. It looks that pin's coming at you at right to left, but it's a little bit more into. So if you don't quite strike it, you've got that big ridge at the front. It can run back into the bunker easily. I expect this to be past the pin. All the mistakes are short. 174. He's hoisted that way up in the air. Good looking shot.
Asking for it to be the right number, and
Unlucky, really.
more than enough. He had to love that on the strike and when it was airborne. All right, now the intimidating tee shot here at 18. Or 17, excuse me.
One of the scariest 350-yard par 4s I've ever seen. And oh my, he hit this miles right. This is going to be right at the 10th green.
I actually think he was aiming to go down that, to be fair, which is the same way Yushin Lin went.
It is safe.
Right. That's on the other side of the 10th green.
It's exactly where Yushin Lin was.
And Lin made birdie. Hit one of the best shots we've seen today. Back to 16, and Sam Choi.
Well, Sam's got to be careful here. He's had the right to lefters going all day. He'll have to hoist this way to the right to get it back to this pin. It only sits in this really small section of this green. Probably the toughest shot they've had all day, this one. And that is going short left here. Wow, lucky to stay up.
Now at 18, this is Sakane from Japan.
From quite a way back. So his third shot, tee shot, must have found the water. Hits the drop, and now in more trouble in the back bunker.
All right, Sakane will need an up and down to stay 2 shots back of the lead here. Day 3 of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Keita Nakajima, 4 under on his round. And world number 1 is now tied with Bo Jin of China and Yushin Lin, two-time winner, is only one back.
We start to get down to the business end of the championship. 11 under has set the tone. The world number one and Bo Jin. Yushin Lin just one shot behind. Golf course, it's in great condition. Players have raved about it. It's been a very good venue. They're only given 100 days notice to get ready. So our shout out to Julian Danbury, the club manager, Dave the Taggart, the course superintendent, and a staff of more than 40 people have got this golf course in really ideal conditions for the caliber of play that we have here. And we've all been helped by the hard work of Chris May, the CEO of Dubai Golf. He's trying to educate us in the region and how this new game of golf has grown over the last 30 or 40 years. It's actually a brand new sport. So, and also we look forward for them, really, the UAE, and next month we'll celebrate their 50th year of independence. UAE is made up of 7 emirates. It's like 7 regions, 7 zones. And the capital of that is Abu Dhabi, which is considered the richest city in the world. As a population, UAE of just under 10 million people. Golfing population is also starting to increase, and it's access to everybody, male, female, boys, girls. We applaud them for that. They're really trying to grow the game. So this tournament, very important.
Third round from Dubai and the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. And that is Keita Nakajima, far right, actually, beyond the 10th green. He's playing the 17th. Well, we saw from Yushin Lin, you can make 3 from there.
Yeah, we were looking at that in the practice rounds, actually. He's the 11th tee just behind him. It's a very tricky sort of tee shot, water on the left. You could see players hitting something like a 4-iron short of those 2 bunkers on the right side. It's about 270 yards to get over the second bunker. So the alternative is literally aim at the 10th green. I know not everybody agrees with that, but it leaves you with a lovely angle. It takes away any problem, and you get to hit the biggest club in the bag.
Yeah, you may have seen that svelte, handsome fellow in the light blue shirt down there observing. That is our own Colt Nose.
Sean White, wasn't it?
Making me work hard here on
Colt,
17.
what's he facing here?
Well, he has a perfect angle, but he's got a terrible lie on a severe upslope going back into the wind. 106 yards. You know, anything on the putting surface I think would be a great shot from here. To me, it looks like, Frank, it's one of those lies that can come out just kind of knuckling and diving on him.
As long as he just sort of doesn't try and fight the wind, you can just almost like hit a little punch shot, just nice and low, ball land on the front portion of the green, kicks forward, lo and behold. But it is a little on the upslope, as you referenced.
I would say with the wind and the lie, this 106 yards is playing around 125.
For just a more controlled punch shot.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Well done.
Just so much finesse and feel, just savvy. Keita Nakajima now back at 16. Sam Choi.
I'll tell you what, that shot coming in must have looked fantastic to him. He's got about 8 feet before it goes straight downhill, right to left. Doesn't want to give it too much because it will get away.
Yeah, Sakani was in the water off the tee, so he's now playing his 4th shot.
So weight on the left foot, which you're trying to advocate for bunker shots. It's not a sort of a short shot that you really want to be transferring your weight from right to left.
Now Bo Jin at the 16 for birdie This to get to 12, and again the outright lead. Misread, Frank.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, right. But got to say with that tee shot, you know, going into the breeze, if it just lands a yard or two short, that's a very makeable birdie putt. But that was a superb shot of Nakajima at 17.
Started the third hole, pars at 1 and 2 for Keita Nakajima.
Yeah, this is one I think you'll look back at. I mean, tee shot was well left. It was a horrible lie, but it was almost Seviest.
Birdie there, and now to the relatively easy par 5 fourth hole. Just a little chip shot here.
Had to play it through the fringe, so that's excellent touch.
So birdie at 3 and 4. He made bogey at 8, went out in 1 under 34, now at 11.
Did not hit driver off the tee, just laid it up on the top of the hill. We've actually talked about the fact that he missed a couple of very makeable birdie putts. So that was a good time for him to find his putting touch.
Yeah, and that was a birdie after he had missed a short birdie putt at the par 5 10th.
This was his best swing of the day. Good drive here at the par 5, and then this long iron. I mean, it was such a good move. Didn't get the kick forward, but I mean, that was a swing that you could dine at and give you a good feel the rest of the round.
It was Morikawa-esque.
Yeah.
Remember, Morikawa was impressed, having played the Zozo with him in a practice round. Now Nakajima for birdie at 16, waiting for the putter to sort of heat up from that distance, and he makes a deuce there. So 3 birdies, no bogeys on this second 9 for the #1 ranked amateur in the world, Keita Nakajima. Now at 16, Bo Jin, this to stay tied for the lead.
Could actually have a little 2-shot swing if this doesn't go in.
Pours it in.
He does his part of it.
Jin stays bogey free on his day. Right, Sakane now for bogey at 18.
Shame, been bogey free all day long. He's going to give up 2 on 18. Hardest hole on the golf course.
Now at 17, Keita Nakajima. This for the solo lead.
18 feet coming down the hill, breaking right to left, and the wind is also down and off the right, so should make it break just a little bit more. Oh, he just smashed it through the break.
So that's par for Keita Nakajima. He's at 11 under.
Yeah, a little bit like yesterday. I mean, yesterday he stalled. I mean, was playing well, just birdied the 12th, and then it was 6 straight pars to finish. In his.
Yeah, this is coming straight back into the breeze. It looks like he's aiming more straight up the fairway this, but no, it is headed right also. I don't think he deliberately tried to hit it that far right. Well, that'll be somewhere near the 10th green also.
So Bo Jin tied with Keita Nakajima. Yushin Lin of China, the defending champion, 2-time winner of the Asia Pacific Amateur, in the house after 65, and he's at 10 under and a shot behind. Now Sam Choi.
Yeah, just going with the iron here. The bunker's 225 on the right. He'll be aiming at that, trying to move it back a little bit right to left into this breeze. And that's headed straight for that bunker.
Yeah, that's a poor decision. That's the problem. If you're going to lay up, you've got to lay up. You've got to make sure that bunker's taken out of play. But it's going to leave a long second.
And that's part of playing high-level amateur golf and even the occasional professional event at that stage of your life is better decision-making, right, Frank?
Exactly. Hey, you learn from your mistakes, that's for sure. Golf in the Middle East started in Dubai in 1988. The Emirates Club actually was the first grassed championship golf course. It's the Majlis Golf Course. They've since opened a Faldo golf course in 1996, which is actually floodlit. So you play golf here at night if you don't want to go water skiing. We should actually get Colt and Amanda to go out there. They love those sort of water sports, jumping on boards. They'd go a little quicker than that, I'm sure. Nick Faldo, actually, when he built the golf course out, he said he wished he'd known how much golf was going to develop in the area. He said he would have bought an acre of sand. It'd be worth a lot more money these days. And 1998, Abu Dhabi also, they constructed their first grassed golf course. That actually had a golf course 22 years prior to that, but it had sand greens. If you've ever played on those, they put oil on them, and then you get like a rake. You're allowed to scrape one scrape, and then you putt. So totally different. But so 1998 was the first time they got their grass course as well. Dubai Golf and Yacht Club did host the Dubai Desert Classic back here in 1999 and 2000. The inaugural winner was David Howell, and subsequently in 2000 it was Jose Caceres.
Tied for the lead is Keita Nakajima at the par 4 18th hole here in Dubai.
Hardest hole on the golf course, playing back into the wind. 285 yards to cover the waste bunker down the right. He's going to have to get all of it if he wants to cover that. This a low pull headed towards the cart path. I believe it hit the cart path.
Oh, wow.
I believe that kicked back right.
Well, we're certainly going to have to keep an eye on that. Looked very close to that red peg.
Frank, it looked like it hit the cart path, then hit a rock and kicked back towards the right and might be up.
He's not so sure there at the moment.
Always a nervous couple of moments when you're just not entirely sure where it is, especially when you're tied for the lead.
Just a scary tee shot here, nowhere to bail out. This one headed right.
All right, now we'll take you to the 17th hole, and Sam Choi.
Yeah, haven't left himself in a great spot here. 114's got to get up over this lip, straight back into the breeze. He's got it over the top of that lip. Needs to move a bit. Oh, that's a fantastic shot.
It is.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like the tee shot, but what a way to redeem yourself. Great second. But all these decisions on it's a fiddly hole. It really is. Paul, I know you're down there. I mean, it's like one of those ones you never feel like you're going to have the right club in your hand off the tee.
It's just one of those awkward shots, you know, when the water's on your left and it's if you're a right-hander and the water's at your back but the wind's coming across your left to right into, you know, I think, you know, these young guys, Yushin Lin and now Bo, they're deliberately hitting it that way. Where Bo's ball is right now is absolutely perfect, some 90 yards to the pin and no trouble. So he can just take a big hit. That's a wide-open fairway when you can do that.
Yeah, I know the course designers of the world don't like when they see the best players doing that, but hey, these guys will find a weakness in any hole, or the easiest way to play it.
That's their job, really, is to try to get around here in the lowest amount of shots. Well, he's got to navigate his way. He's only got 90 yards, but he's got to navigate his way through a plethora of palm trees here. It's a small gap, probably a 3 or 4 yard gap, and I don't think he'll be chipping sideways, but just it's a perfect set-up shot if he can get it through the gap. He's looking high.
Problem is too, it's that ball above the feet line too, which, you know, every now and again ball can start off a little further left than what you're thinking.
Yeah, that is a worry. If he does pull a little left, it will hit the first palm tree right in front of him, which has got a lot of golf ball hits on it.
This is Baek Jun Kim. He's 20 years old. First ever Asia Pacific Amateur appearance.
Well, he's gone over the top. He hasn't even gone around them or through them. He's gone straight over the top. And that's a good result.
Yeah.
I guess they play the game a different way, Frank.
Young and bold.
It's good to see, isn't it?
Now to Bo Jin. Again, he's at 11 under and tied.
Well, sort of everything's in his favour here. The ball's a good lie out of the rough, but it's on a little bit of a downslope. He's got to go over the top of a mound in front of him that won't worry him. Back into the breeze, so the ball will flight down naturally. He doesn't have to do much. He's just sort of got to hit the shot. That 90-yard shot straight back into the breeze, keep the ball under the hole. He's got a backstop, so it's all in his favour. I think you could hit this shot, Frank.
I'd rather watch, I think.
Going straight at it. It's a good-looking shot. Oh, a little bit too much on it. Wow.
Well,
Come out hot.
And work to be done there. It's a quick chip coming down the hill.
All right, let's go down and call with Nakajima.
Yeah, so his ball hit the cart path and then hit the rocks and actually kicked a little bit to the right, but did not get all the way out of the penalty area. No chance of hitting this. He's going to have to take a drop.
So big mistake off the tee here for the co-leader. And if you're just joining us, it is 8 hours ahead of Eastern time back in the United States. This is the #1 ranked amateur in the world from Japan, Keita Nakajima. Do well to get out of here with a bogey. Yushin Lin, who's the defending champion and twice a winner of this event, shot 65 today. A man from China is at 10 under and only one back.
So he's dropping the ball in what you consider your relief area, which is like a windscreen wiper, half circle, club length either side of that point.
This is Bo Jin. He plays college golf at Oklahoma State, which is one of the powerhouses. Lynn's at the University of Florida. Great round for Ko. From Hong Kong, 64 today. He plays at Notre Dame. All right, now back to Nakajima. Colt, what's he facing now?
Yeah, so he took his drop. He's going to have around 149 yards all the way back to this hole location. Dead back into the wind. Ball looks like it sat down just a little bit. Just needs to try to get out of here with no worse than 5.
Flag's so far back in this green.
He is visibly frustrated right now. This one on a good line, but getting hit hard by the wind.
Excellent shot. Here to make a really good pass at that, and he will have a chance to save. Right?
Yeah, if he can get away with 4. Yeah, back to Jin at 17.
Well, I can't emphasise enough. This is downhill, downwind, down grain. Just got to get it moving. This has got to slow down a little bit. It will move to its left. Oh, that is magnificent. Oh, that is special.
Trying to keep that clean scorecard going.
Yeah, the leaders digging in, grinding here. Bo Jin playing college golf at Oklahoma State. And coming to the home stretch here at Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club in Dubai. United Arab Emirates hosting for the first time, and we have a really good one at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
And there is the world number one. Just the one bogey so far today, and that was at the 8th. This will go back to the 17th. Joe. So Kim misses his birdie putt. Playing alongside Choi and the leader in Bo Jin. Just looking at Bo Jin's scorecards over the last 3 rounds. He's yet to drop a shot this week. He has made one double bogey. That was on the 9th, so it's been 13 birdies and one double bogey. Been a little more inconsistent for Nakajima. He's made a few bogeys this week. And if he can make that putt at 18, there'll be some fall. A few funny things have happened here at 18. There's a rock very close to that palm tree. Ryan Thomas has the course record here at 61. Involved in a tussle. He's trying to win a tournament here. Ball was heading right and actually hit the rock and bounced away. Up Greenwood, put a little plaque there with Rayhan's name on it. So Nakajima missed the rocks, but not off the tee. It's a good finish. If we get the same breeze tomorrow, we've had breeze in this direction the first 3 rounds. So it shows you how important this tee shot's going to be. And already it looks like we could have a very interesting final group. Been playing in 3s, and if it stays the same way, it'll be Jin, Nakajima, and Yushin Lin.
This would be a great birdie for Sam Choi at 17 out of the fairway bunker. Yeah, that's a nice 3 right there. Plays at the University of New Mexico. Third of this field. U.S. college golf programs. Cho at 18.
Hit it right through the wind, ended up just over the green. Pretty straightforward chip. That's beautiful there.
Woo Young Cho, South Korea. Bo Jin now, this to save his par at 17.
I mean, this would just be huge heading into tomorrow. But either way.
Oh, wow. So his first bogey of the championship did make double in round number 1, as Frank mentioned, but that will drop him to 10 under for the moment. He is a shot back of Keita Nakajima, who's ahead and will have a fairly lengthy par putt to stay at 11 under. So world number 1 at last is on top of this leaderboard. He's been fighting for 3 days. Frank, you look ahead to what we're in for on Sunday. This is all you could hope for.
Yeah, that final group. We talked about it at the start of the week. Really sort of the chances of it happening. We thought maybe that was a little bit of a dream, but it's really turning into reality. This would be some par, though.
And Frank, I believe the putt he made on 16 was the longest one he's made all week. This is a similar length. About 18 feet, breaking right to left. But just being in that final group tomorrow is huge for him.
He actually played with Yushin Lin, as you know, for the first 2 rounds, so it Would have finished that way. It'd be 3 of the 4 rounds.
What a 4 that is.
Are you kidding me?
He just doesn't want to give up that lead.
Ball in the penalty area off the tee. Drop. It's an excellent shot to that point, and he rolls it in. That's gutsy right there. And so he stays at 11 under, round of 4 under, 67 for Keita Nakajima. Now, Sam Choi.
I haven't seen him hit a lot of drive as his back 9.
Posed on that follow through.
Oh, that is best. Found something.
So Choi is only 2 shots back and in good position, maybe to make a closing 3. Connor McKinney now, this for birdie at 18.
This is actually for par. He had to pitch out of the waist area. That's pure.
Yep. Okay. So good 4 right there for the young Australian. Made those 2 bogeys at 10 and 13, the par 5s on this backside. That really hurt. You never know, maybe something really low on Sunday. Now Bo Jin, 18.
Yeah, just going with the 3-wood. I like this play after a little bit unsettling on the last green there, missing that short putt. 3-wood going up the right, drawing back. That'll be nice. Just a fairway finder.
If he sticks around high-level golf for a long time, you'll instantly know who's swinging that club. Bo Jin. It's a unique move. And now Keita Nakajima putting it all away here after just a hard-fought 4 on that final hole. Frank dealing with the pressure of playing as world number 1.
Exactly, and he's talked a little bit about that. And, you know, I still have my eyes fixated on Yushin Lin going for 3 because this is very similar to what it was 2 years ago. Yushin Lin was 5 back after 36 holes. Today he was 4 back. And he got within 2 after 54 holes and went on to win. He's in almost the same position this year.
So Keita Nakajima trying to put a bow on what has already been a momentous year for Japanese golf, most notably with his hero, Hideki Matsuyama, having won the Masters. That exciting final round will come your way tomorrow from Dubai. At stake, that trophy, invitation to the Masters at a spot in the 2022 Open, the 150th edition, the home of golf at St. Andrews. Really looking forward to Saturday at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
We'll have to wait 24 more hours to see exactly how important that putt on 18 just was for Nakajima at 4 to retain a 1-shot lead and stay on the top of the leaderboard. But really, things stay as they are. That final threesome for tomorrow. We'll have 2 Chinese players well in the thick of it, trying to win this championship for the 5th time. Of course, Japan already has a lot of success here. So for Nakajima, the thought of perhaps going down Magnolia Lane for the 2022 Masters Championship, where Hideki Matsuyama, who won this tournament a decade ago, will be defending his Masters. And then on to St Andrews for the 150th.
Bo Jen second at 18, trying to rebound from the bogey at 17.
Yeah, long way back here, 178 straight into the teeth of the wind. The mistake will be right, he needs to be left. And the ball is headed that way. That's a good mistake going left. Wow.
It's a good finishing hole. You just watch the way it narrows up. It's a waste bunker down the right side. But I think personally it's the best hole on the golf course. Those bunkers are just in the perfect spot down the left. And when you're playing into this left to right into breeze, I mean, it's so narrow through there. We've already seen so many players miss it left, catch the cart path. Yushin Lin somehow managed to drive it across the waist area. And I thought they were just absolutely evil with where they stuck the flag today. Put it all the way in the back to tempt the players. But just a straight up, strong par 4. So if you want to win, you're going to have to finish. Let's see what Choi can do with his second shot.
Yeah, coming into with 143. It's hard to get onto this back tier here because the wind is now whistling straight into your face. He struck that well, but heading left of the pin. Well, I think he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, just 2 birdies so far at the 18th hole. 50 players made the cut at 2 over par. 93 started. And there was no doubt at the start of the week who the players to beat were. The guys you're looking at on top of that leaderboard right there. Keita Nakajima, he's the #1 ranked player in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. And then Yushin Lin is the defending champ here. Now, Kim.
Yeah, just a few yards closer here at 139. Well, this is struck that well. This young man's got a nice golf swing going straight at it. That's a gutsy shot.
Oh, finally somebody hits it close at 18.
That was a classy move on the golf ball right there.
I think it was a mishit.
And let's go down to Amanda.
Keita Nakajima. Keita, #1 amateur in the world, and you showed that composure on 18. Talk me through what's going through your mind when you realize you have to take a drop, but your ball ended in the penalty area.
In 18, right?
On 18, yeah.
Tee shot was very nervous feeling. It's ball and gone in the penalty area. Little feel angry, but I changed mind in position, right? Just keep going.
Yeah, we could see that you were frustrated, but then you came up big with that massive par save on 18. Yes. I asked you in the beginning of the week about the pressure of playing here as the world #1 amateur. You said you feel that. Do you feel more nerves now as you're in contention with 18 to play, or do you feel calmer knowing that you put yourself in great position?
I was so nervous, but I played good because today was a lot of supporting Japanese people.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to result.
And you did tell me, you said, I'm very excited, but I'm very tired. So go home, take a nap, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Tomorrow we'll be enjoying and play with confidence.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much.
Rich?
You really, you love to see that, trying with everything he has, not only on the golf course, as you would expect, but conducting these interviews in English. There's a real good combination of strength there and intensity and pride in that young man.
I love his last sentence: enjoy and play with confidence. He does that.
How after the tee shot, Frank, he said he collected himself in a manner of speak, collected himself and said, come on, let's move forward here. Well, he just that may have been the par of the championship so far.
He's had a lot of success, that's for sure. So just saw that chip. Jen. So there could be a little reversal here because Choi has a birdie putt. after that birdie at 17, so he can get to 10 under.
Yeah, and he got a good read off Jin's chip then because it was coming along the same line. You know, I must say Jin's chip was quite difficult then. Water at the back. Yeah, you don't want to hit that too hard. But this is a good effort from Choi. Like, he's fought his golf swing all day, but to get to a point where he can actually, you know, get it to 10. It's got to go. It's got to go.
It's right on line.
So Choi will go to Saturday with a chance here. It's started on Wednesday, will conclude on Saturday. Busy stretch for golf in the UAE. Next week, the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific in Abu Dhabi. And the European Tour finishing its season with 2 straight tournaments here in Dubai over 2 courses at Jumeirah Estates. And then you look ahead early 2022. 3 in a row here in the UAE.
Bo Jin, reference just the 1 double bogey at 9, but that birdie at 17. Really looking at back-to-back bogeys to finish this 3rd round.
Yeah, and Choi returning the favour. He got to see how slow that putt was across there. He thought it was a lot quicker. I can't see this being short, this one here. It's a tough pill to swallow when you've played so well all day. You've come off a bogey on 17. You just don't want to go to bed with another bogey. This for par.
Just off that edge, and so that will be a bogey finish for Bo Jin in a round of 1 under par 70. So he drops to 9 under, 2 shots back, going to the final round again, trying to do what his brother Chen Jin did back in 2015, win this title and make his way to the Masters tournament, and as well grab a spot in the Open. Yeah, that does hurt.
Well, you're now spotting the best player in the game 2 shots going into the final round. Now, Kim.
Just the 3rd birdie of the day.
That was just a great iron shot. I mean, when you see some of the shots we've seen just over the first 3 days, big shots, right time.
Build off that. Baekjun Kim. And now Sam Choi is to finish it up with a par at the 18th.
And that's, believe it or not, after the way in which, but that's 3 straight rounds in the 60s for Choi.
So Keita Nakajima will go to Saturday with a 1-shot lead. Yushin Lin is at 10 under par. And Bo Jin, along with Sam Choi, at -9.
16 big birdie and 18 was big save. So my mental
16 was a big birdie, and 18 was just as big, though it was a par.
It certainly was, and that you see all the media attention he's already getting and attending to.
It is Nakajima from Japan leading by a shot. The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is proudly brought to you by Delta. Keep climbing. UPS. Be unstoppable. 3M Science. Applied to life. And Rolex. Frank, it is never easy to play as the man to beat. That was the case with Keita Nakajima coming in, having just won a professional event in Japan, #1 in the World Amateur Golf Rankings, but here he is leading by 1. Similarly, Yushin Lin, everybody knew what he had done, having won the Asia Pacific Amateur twice, trying to become the first ever 3-time winner. And now some highlights, and we'll start with Sam Choi, the Republic of Korea, out of the University of New Mexico.
Well, he was struggling, and then at 10, Struck a nice chip. Watch the hand. Little, yeah, there you go. That's the one I needed.
Yujin Lin. When the last time it was played in 2019, back in his homeland of China with his father on the bag, and he curls that one home. Now at 17.
Deliberately went down the right just off the 10th green. And he started this third round 4 shots behind, but shots and approach shots like this were one of the reasons why he was starting to close the gap.
32-33 for Yujin Lin of China and a round of 65. Now Bo Jin.
He was so consistent because he got off to a good start, nice drive, and his iron play seemed to have good rhythm. Hit so many shots of that quality.
Yes. Birdie at number 1 after having shot 7 under 64 in round 2. I really love this shot here at the par 5 10th.
No, I do. I mean, you can see how inventive it was. Choked down 1.5 inches on the club. Deliberate little cut, and it was the exact distance. Second shot into the par 5.
2-putt birdie from there, and now ahead to 13.
2 good shots again at the par 5 was hole high. And it just looked like everything was on song. It was a tough little lie, lovely pitch.
Sweet. Birdie both of the par 5s on the back 9, but tough finishing stretch. This for par at 17.
Yeah, second shot went long. Chip, we still thought it was going to be a par. That was the first time it was a mistake, and then quickly another. Missed the green at 18, chip to here, and back-to-back bogeys to finish. Changed so quickly for him.
Keita Nakajima, the 11th hole.
Yeah, once again, he didn't birdie 10, the par 5. He was actually struggling on the greens a little bit, but just kept his poise, kept hitting good iron shots. That one was nice. This was a very important putt because it seemed to change the momentum of the round. Made it.
Did. He also birdied the par 5 13th, and now this was, I thought, huge here at 16, par 3.
Yeah, this was a bonus.
But how about double bonus, Frank?
Oh, yeah. None better than this one. Found the water off the tee, took the penalty drop, but somehow made a 4.
There you go. So Keita Nakajima 67 today. And the top 4 on this leaderboard, Frank, the 4 highest ranked players in the field. Nakajima is number 1. Choi's 14, Bo Jin 23, and Yujin Lin is 24.
Yeah, I mean, it's compelling, isn't it? I mean, so many different stories. Can the world number 1 be the lowest ever amateur to win this championship? Can Yujin Lin win it for the 3rd time? Can Bo Jin do what his brother did? And that's just 3 of the stories. Can Sam Choi for Korea be another winner?
Moriyama had a great round today, also from Japan. 6 under, 65. McKenny backed up just a bit. See some other players in this field again. 50 made the final 2 rounds here. 93 started. The cut was at 2 over par. Chase It of Thailand, trying to win their first ever Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Let's go back down to Amanda Balionis.
Here with Bo Jin. We were just talking about your brother. We'll get to that in a second, but you went 43 holes without a drop shot. I know that wasn't the finish you wanted, but that's exceptional play. How do you bring what you have done through the first 3 rounds and put that into the final 18 tomorrow?
I mean, I feel I still played a solid round today. I mean, definitely not the finish what I wanted to, but I mean, it was still a solid 2 holes. I mean, 17 wasn't the toughest hole, but I definitely did myself in a tough spot to make a 4, and 18 is obviously not an easy hole to make a 4 too. So, I mean, I feel I still play a solid round, so I should still have some momentum going in tomorrow.
You're a standout at Oklahoma State. You know what it's like to play on a big stage, but we've talked after each round. How do your nerves feel after each day, and now with just one more sleep until trying to get across the finish line with an invitation to the Masters and, of course, earning a spot in the Open Championship?
I mean, it's a big stage for me, definitely, and teeing off with a one-shot lead today was definitely a nerve, especially the first couple holes. But I mean, I'm too back right now, so that should bring down my nerve a little bit. I'm excited and kind of like to play from behind a little bit.
Okay.
So, you know, we'll see where it goes tomorrow. Still the same. I just got to play my game and play a solid round tomorrow.
I love that. I asked you if you cared, if you played in the final grouping or if you wanted to come from behind. You said, you know what, whatever, it's golf. And I think that's the perfect mentality. But I did ask if you talked to your brother, and you said you had. So what advice did he give you? And if you go on to win, would you make him caddy for you at the par 3 contest to return the favor from when he won?
Yeah, sure, if he wants to. Still, if he wants to. And he just told me to play my game, you know, just like how I talk about, and just play whatever the game takes me to, which I thought I did a pretty good job, although I was kind of nervous for the first couple of holes, but I was managed to calm down myself towards the end. So
that's what this game is all about, overcoming the nerves and sticking to your game plan. All right, 18 holes to go out there and get it done. Thanks for the time.
Thanks.
Rich?
Yeah, he's such a good attitude. Even with a bogey finish, still optimistic, and well, he should be. He's just 2 shots back. He'll go out, Frank, in the second to last group.
Yes, that bogey finish and the good finish by Sam Choi reversed that position. So it's interesting. You just referenced the world ranking. Have delivered, which makes it even more compelling tomorrow, because that sort of talent, any one of those 3 players, I'm not even looking at the penultimate group, is capable of shooting something sub 65.
Hideki Matsuyama won in back-to-back years a decade ago. So with Yu Jinlin, the only 2-time champions of this championship. So Yu Jin could, as you mentioned, get to number 3 and get back to Augusta National and the Masters and to the Open at the old course at St. Andrews. It'll be an exciting final day, Frank.
Well, it is, and the course gives them a little bit too. You know, I've referenced those first 6 holes. I really do think that's important tomorrow. We've seen, for example, on day 1, Nakajima double bogeyed the second hole. I mean, he's obviously bounced back from that, but we've seen some mistakes over that. There's some water in play. There's some fiddly shots. So that alone will be interesting. And then the course opens up in the middle, the reachable par 5s. There's a lot that can change. And this finish, we saw again today why these last 3 holes are so important.
Expect aggressive play from the guys, say at 7 under par and 4 shots back, try to make a move?
Yeah, I actually expect aggressive play from the leaders as well. I mean, obviously they determine that, but you know, we've seen there's no back down from Nakajima. Yu Jinlin just loves to be aggressive, and all credit to Sam Choi. He did not give up today.
This golf course has held up well, Frank, particularly that finishing stretch.
Yeah, once again, you know, they've chosen the right venue for this championship. You know, it's allowed everybody to play, and it's still allowed the best to separate themselves from the field.
Yeah, it's what you hope for with any venue. The United Arab Emirates and Dubai hosting for the very first time 12th edition of one of the most prestigious amateur championships in the world. Promises to be a memorable final day with world number 1 Keita Nakajima leading Yu Jinlin by a shot. Lin in pursuit of his 3rd title. For the entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now from the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.